Hey, we're here on the
Coming
internet.
out
after
of my
two.
cage and now I shit in my pants. Wait, are we
And then
live?
I'm back in my cage and
And
I shat
shitting
in my
and
cage.
shitting other people's pants.
Good, welcome. This is a mistake.
Yep.
It is also a little D&D 5th edition campaign that I run here on
Wait,
Law
what? That's
Rights,
wild.
where I am the most bullied DM on the internet.
That's a lie.
I don't think it is.
I'm the most bullied player in this campaign.
That is a lie. Um,
Personally victimized by the DM.
well, I guess we'll find out. Hey, hi, g'day, hello. We're going to do the thing. We're going to get everyone to introduce themselves, everyone who's here, because you'll notice that both Ash and Jeannie are particularly still in the overlay. That's because they're not joining us tonight.
Finally.
They're here in spirit.
Wow.
They're characters that are about and will be charactering, but not actively during tonight's session. I'd like you all to introduce yourselves, please.
Simultaneously. One, two, three.
No.
Oh.
No, we are going to start with at the top. Emily, please. Who are you?
Hi, I'm NVCDM. I am cool. And I'm here and there, and I'm a voice actor sometimes, and then I do real life stuff. And I'm playing Vermilion tonight.
Cool. Saz. Wait, actually, Emily, tell us a bit about the character you're playing. About.
Vermilion
Your
is an
character.
ant.
Thank you. Saz.
Possibly an uncle.
Actually, you know what? No, I need Saz to keep me sane. MVC.
That's okay because I got the autism, not the ADHD. So I can't do the other stuff today.
MVCDM, please introduce yourself to the world.
Hi, I'm Emily. I'm the DM producer and executive thirst master on Hexes and Vexes. I also play Malia Redwood in this campaign. She's a bitch, and so am I.
Marvelous. Saz.
Hi, I'm
Accurate.
Saz the Meeple. I get to introduce myself. This is great. Thank you. My brain can't do the other thing. Shit, I can't even do this. I'm the resident dice goblin producer over at Meeples and Dragons. You can also find me doing Redlands Tabletop Gaming Clubs. If you're in Brisbane, you want to play board games, want to play D&D, got a kid who wants to play D&D, meeplesandragons.com.au/RTGC. Come say hi. We'd love to see you.
It's real fun. I miss it.
We had
Oh.
7 tables this weekend. I'm so excited. I don't know how we're
That's
going to
wild.
fit in the space. It's going to be great.
A lot of tables.
Hey, Promethean,
Is-
can you do me a favor?
Maybe.
Could you start moving your mouth?
Oh, yeah. Hella
Just like
delay.
this?
Why?
No
Just
sound,
keep
just
going.
move it up and down
Ready?
like a
Yeah, yeah.
fluffy-headed Canadian.
Hi, I'm Promethean. There's a 0 in it. I'm a
I hate myself.
prolifically gamer, no, streamer of games on the internet. Most of those games involve rolling dice. I think that everyone here is level 20 now, so level up, guys.
Wow, you're so generous. Thank you. I will immediately
uh,
do that level up.
No,
Vamp
okay.
amongst yourselves while I level up to level
Yeah,
20.
I'm doing it too.
Britt, you can bitch slap NBC for free. On me. Previously on the
Why would you do it on
Wait,
me?
hold on, wait. Why is NVC on you and then
Wait.
Brit is a bitch? What is going on with your hair?
I don't know.
It's sticking up at the back.
Previously on the Sword of the Skulls.
that's what
Roll
we're
the
doing.
intro.
This shit. Just more of this fucking shit.
Roll the intro.
No, having been collected by the bounty
Collected?
hunter Tremont Benedict and Grum, his little side piece,
I don't remember any of those names.
in the
You weren't
employ.
there.
That's right. In the employ of Vermilion's mother, Selethra Barrymore. The gang were kept in some little holding cells, which
It was fun.
typically they've been told are used to hold very powerful artifacts as opposed to people. But hey, desperate times, etc. They were able to successfully eventually talk their way out of those cells, specifically by way of having Malia facilitate an agreement to give them amnesty for some crimes that they have been mostly rightly accused of committing in one of
We haven't committed a crime a day in our adventuring lives.
in one of the cities in Sonder. Save
One
for
of us hasn't.
save for Salazar and Tiny Wing, who were in the clear, could just basically come and go as they pleased. Speaking of Salazar, Sal heard for the first time the horn of the Wild Hunt after retaining a particularly powerful magic sword that Selethgra had been holding onto in a chest in her room, and she agreed to help him escape.
Yeah, and then he abandoned all of his best friends.
So Salazar has cut and run to keep you all
I don't miss him one bit.
to keep you all safe and
Is
to
that
try
because we
and
can kiss by the fuck pond now?
to try and
Who's gonna fuck my best friend now?
to try and keep himself alive. Tiny Wing, whilst having kind of free reign to wander around in this fortress that the group are currently in, was introduced to a library in the area and had a bit of a look around for a few little points of interest.
Reading in this economy?
Correct. The books are really big if you're someone like Tiny Wing, so
I have magic, it's
Size
fine.
16
I can
font.
do stuff.
yeah, you could look. You can make the book small. We know that's a thing that you could do. For example,
But you don't have to.
correct. Vermilion, meanwhile, was doing some recon of this area.
Mm-hmm.
No one really knows why, but did a very successful job of imitating Zephyr, Kaori's little monkey friend, who many of the guards had become quite friendly and familiar with. Some of the guards, not so much. They weren't.
One of the guards gave him a gun
super big
Sure.
fans.
that he gets to permanently keep.
None of that didn't happen.
He also broke into the armory and stole 15 more guns.
Yeah.
No, none of that has happened in this campaign.
No, it did. I watched it.
Zephyr did briefly have possession of one of Tremont Benedict's pistols, which was very quickly removed from his tiny little simian fingers so that he didn't do anything silly with it. Speaking of Benedict, Tremont Benedict, the bounty hunter, has expressed some interest in understanding exactly how Malia allegedly managed to clear out an entire vampire nest.
We did it. It was fine.
Solo.
I did real good.
And Vermilion's mother, apparently Malia is everyone's favorite right now. Vermilion's mother is very curious about a particularly powerful force that prevented her from raising Malia's corpse a little while ago in her own combat efforts, and it rejected her ability to do so, which is particularly grating for someone who, as the matrician of a chapter in the Carillion, quite a powerful necromancer in her own right, she seems quite curious about. And she's informed Malia that when she convened with the Elven Pantheon to try and understand this force more, that each and every one of the Elven gods turned their face from her in shame. And she's asked Malia if she has any idea why.
Funny, my guy at least talks to me.
Having
Cool.
said goodbye to Salazar, you all are back down in the room with those holding cells. Vermilion, you are currently an ant, with the real Zephyr having entered in behind your mother, very quick-wittedly deciding not to have a Zephyr off.
Yep, Kaori Hao has ant in her pants.
Excellent. What would we like to do from here?
Intelligent ant
Cry.
noises.
Good. The last thing that you were told by Selethgra was that you are to speak to the guards to obtain your own rooms, if you'd like a rest, given that all of you, bar Tiny Wing, are thoroughly exhausted. All bar Tiny Wing and Kaori are thoroughly exhausted. And Vermilion. It's not a terrible offer to have at your disposal. And Tiny Wing, there's plenty of more books to read as well.
Yeah, considering that she's just going to be like sad emo girling for a little while,
Mm-hmm.
books are going to be her escape.
Excellent.
I'm gonna try and find Vermilion.
Excellent. What's your first move in attempting to locate Vermilion?
It's real simple.
Mhm.
It's just us now, right? Has everyone else left?
No, the 6 guards that have occupied this room looking after you are all still within it. So
I'm
Lethgra,
needing 6 guards. I want you to know that there's a dice in my hand, but my camera is not showing it until I move it in front of me.
yeah, I can see it. Look, I
Yeah,
got one
good.
too.
I'm gonna look around and see if I can see any animals in this space.
You can see Zephyr, who is now just kind of seated on Kaori's foot, just chilling out.
Can I see any other animals like spiders or anything like that?
Sure, make a perception check.
That is a dirty 20.
Excellent. With a dirty 20.
I rolled a natural 20 to hide.
Good.
You're an ant.
Correct. I'm an ant. I can hide very easily. So I should get advantage.
Emily, did you roll with disadvantage?
Why would I do that?
Because you are thoroughly exhausted.
Cool, that's better. So the dirty 20 will work. Unless you want to take the 27.
Look, I'll take it. Here, in this room, you see there is, in fact, a single spider that exists in...
It's going to be so funny when she takes the spider thinking it's familiar.
in an edge kind of between the wall and the roof of this room. There's a little spider guy up there who's made a little home. The thing...
So it's one of those green mohawk spiders that are native specifically to this region.
Good. What you do notice with that, though, and now kind of being a little bit jived up with adrenaline and spite, is the cells themselves are ridiculously clean, which Lilith noticed kind of in
So
the
this
previous
spider's
session.
weird then.
No, the room outside it is not as well kept as the interior of those cells. You don't see a whole lot of other animal life. You think for a moment you see a little bit of movement upon an egg that Kaori is holding in her hand.
Cool. I'm gonna walk over to the spider
Mm.
and just go, Vermilion!
Good. The spider does not respond in any meaningful way.
Cool. I'm gonna pull out. Oh, I don't have any of my daggers. I'm gonna hold out my hand and let it crawl on me if it so desires.
Okay, it is in a space near the roof that is about double your height.
Great. I'll spider climb up to be with my friend,
Okay,
the spider.
great. The eyebrows of a couple of the guards around the room just kind of raise as you crawl up this wall.
I don't crawl, I can walk.
Okay, you're just gonna walk perpendicularly up the
Yeah.
wall. Great. You approach the spider. You put your little finger out. It kind of
Yep.
it kind of approaches you a little bit, and then backs off again, and then puts its two little feeties on you, and then disappears back into a hole in the wall.
God fucking damn it, and I'll walk back down the wall. And it's just me and Tiny, I guess, and Kaori. And is Lilith here too?
Mhm.
It is approximately that moment that Tiny Wing, before you've headed out, so, and absolutely, as you said, distraught, having lost Salazar. You will feel this,
You'll
Lilith.
make other friends.
Lilith will also feel this, a almost agonizing twist of the weave in this room, and it focuses on Kaori, who kind of looks up, almost manages to get out a single word before becoming a pot plant, which lands on the floor where she stood. The egg.
Is there an egg in the pot plant?
The egg lands in the soil of this pot plant and cracks immediately on the side of the pot.
Wait, does that mean Vermilion is considered drowning at this point in time?
Nah.
Vermilion,
Hey.
ant million.
Hmm.
Make a dexterity check, please, as an ant.
As an ant, well, I got a 19 on the dice, so let me just look up what an ant's dexterity is. Um,
With the 19, very easily. If anyone could see the ninja-like prowess with which this ant manages
just have a +1, so it's a 20.
dirty 20, manages to avoid either being sliced in half by the shell of this egg, knocked unconscious by the impact of the fall of this pot falling to the floor,
Isn't an ant being knocked unconscious?
and also just this absolute sea of egg yolk and white that floods the soil in the pot itself. They'd be real impressed, but no one can see you because you're an ant.
It's okay. I eat a little bit of the egg.
Good.
Did anyone know that she could transform like Vermilion does, but into plants?
No. But it kind of adds up, actually.
It does?
Well, Kaori does, she talks a lot and she says a lot of stuff that some of it's like a little unhinged. So I wouldn't be surprised if she just was unhinged as a collective.
Does that make her magic unhinged?
I don't know. I don't understand too much about magic.
Should we put her somewhere safe?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess so. I'm gonna pick up the fucking pot plant.
Speaking of unhinged, hey, roll the dice. Thank you for the raid.
Hey, you're welcome in. I'm carrying a pot plant. Someone's
Wow.
an ant in an egg.
Welcome to the Sword of the Skulls. Buckle the fuck in. And my apologies. Hey, hi, I'm Promethean. This is my little campaign. These are 3 of my wonderful players, and there are images of 2 of my other wonderful players who cannot join us tonight.
Coming out of my cell, and now I'm holding a plant. There's an
And
ant on
now
the
you're in
plant,
an
and now
egg.
he's in an egg.
Yeah.
Selethgra Tinywing, Vermilion's mother, interjects. Unhinged is not
Oh,
an
fuck, you're still here.
where else would I be? Is unhinged is not an inaccurate word. I've seen this before. And it's almost as though she struggles with the words when she says this. Wild magic. It's very
Is it bad
volatile.
magic?
What magic?
Well, magic itself, the weave has no real understanding of good, bad, evil, or otherwise.
I'm more mean bad in could she accidentally do bad things to those around her?
Oh, yes,
Oh. Okay.
but she should change back to her usual self before too long.
Before too long.
Try and
An
keep.
ant just starts singing.
I recommend you try and keep her alive and well watered until that time.
It's just a pot plant.
And
Just give
that's-
it some water. It'll be fine.
And that's how they drowned Kaori.
Actually, that's how we drown you.
Uh,
Ants are surprisingly robust.
I will be retiring to my quarters this time. If
Ah, retiring forever.
any of you happen,
Congratulations on your retirement.
not exactly what I meant. If any of you happen to see my son, should he show his face, feel free to send him in my directions. For now, if particularly Malia, she says, having been told that Miss Redwood is apparently quite offensive, I am at your disposal should you wish to continue our conversation.
What?
I don't know if there is much more to say, you know?
Miss Wing,
Wing.
I'm told you showed some interest in the library in this place.
Oh, yes.
I mentioned its adequacy.
Well, is it
Perhaps
inadequate or is it adequate or what am I dealing with here?
There's a potion for that.
the publicly accessible library is, as I say, adequate. There are volumes that require a certain level of authority. Perhaps you would be interested in visiting those.
Oh, absolutely.
It will have to wait until tomorrow, of course.
She's going to spin around so fast and face Malia and just be like, "Is that okay? Can I do that tomorrow?
Oh, you can do whatever you want, you know?
I just don't want you to leave without me as well."
Oh no, I'm not gonna do that.
Okay. Okay.
No. We're all in this together, as they say.
Yay. I get to read some more books.
I would like some rest though. That would be nice. I think Vermilion's mother said she needed a bath. She was just feeling a little, you know.
Filthy.
Indeed. Speaking of which, and she'll turn to one of the guards in this room. If you'd like to arrange rooms for our guests, please. And baths, apparently.
Oh no, that was for you, but if the option's there, I'm not gonna say no.
If you've got a thimble or a saucer, that'd be marvelous.
Lilith casts prestidigitation to make Timothy shit his pants.
Excellent. In a very rare instance of having one player do something for another player.
On the player's specific instruction.
Because I have been made fully aware of this information. Here's what I will say, though. How?
How?
Yeah, she's put you in charge of this, so give me the mechanics of exactly what Lilith is going to be doing with prestidigitation to achieve that effect.
Hang on. You look up fucking prestidigitation that I don't stock in my character sheet.
Sorry about it.
Because-
Hey, you took this responsibility. You can
I did take this responsibility. Listen, I know what I did. I also actually don't think I can cast prestidigitation, period. I'm pretty sure it allows you to soil a garment.
It allows you to soil an object, yes, correct.
Great.
Or create a smell, an odor, or create a sound. And you can have 3 of those effects in play at any one time, cast one after the other with both verbal and somatic components.
Okay,
Step 1, go for it.
great. So I think 3 of those
Fucking
effects, you
hell,
say.
Lilith is about to get fucking arrested.
So 3 of those effects sequentially. The first one being the sound, like just a really like whistly kind of fart, like a, which you probably can't hear because my mic will have gated it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm giving you a sequence, then I'll tell you like the preceding bit.
Great.
Which is immediately followed by a brown stain appearing on the back of Jimothy's pants. And then the smell of what is unmistakably shit. And the way in which this would be cast, it requires, what does it say? Verbal
And somatic.
and somatic. The somatic is just a point, and the point will like remain for all 3 of them. The single act of pointing and the point will be that same somatic one. And the way which it's cast, it will be, "Hey Jimothy, sound. What's that smell?" will be the next bit, and that's going to cause the stain to appear. And then "It's really bad" will cause the smell.
Cool. Except it won't, because random words won't be the somatic element. It'll be
Oh my
a
God.
magical word.
That was the
so
verbal. That
tiny.
was the verbal.
Yeah, the verbal part of that. So what'll happen is Lilith will approach Jimothy with 10 feet of Jimothy and do her little magic-y cantrip thing, and the sound occurs. Jimothy will kind of turn around, as will the other 5 guards in the room, as will Selethgra. What was the second effect?
A brown shit-like stain will appear on the back of Jimothy's trousers.
Okay, great. No one notices because his
Mhm.
back is to the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then a third time, Lilith
And then a
quite
smell.
obviously casts a spell in front
Yeah.
of a room full of very magically knowledgeable people,
Yep.
and the smell of shit
Mhm.
emanates from Jimothy.
From Jimothy.
Correct.
Yep.
The guard next to Jimothy turns to Lilith. Oi! What do you think you're doing? That's bloody harassment, that is, mate.
Not my fault he shit his pants.
You don't need to speak on behalf of Lilith because 3 of the guards in this room will immediately drag her back into her cell and lock it.
That's fine. I still say it anyway.
You're going to stay here until you learn how to behave around civilized people, I guess. And
Worth it.
this guy will then look to Selethgra, and it's quite clear that he feels like maybe he's overstepped. She kind of looks Lilith up and down, looks over at Jimothy, and nods to the guard.
Worth it.
She doesn't get room. The rest of you, welcome to bathe, relax, rest. The kitchens are open in the morning for breakfast. I'm told that you've already had dinner prepared and given to you. There are areas of the stronghold that are considered restricted to visitors. If there's anything that you think you desperately must see, please do ask, and I'll decide whether or not that is something that makes sense. In the meantime, I look forward to speaking with you all tomorrow. And she will exit the room, back to her quarters. Jimothy follows her shortly after, a single tear welling in his eye of embarrassment as he
What a
does so.
pussy. I don't say that in character, obviously. Because that was my accent, so.
Excellent. Malia, you're currently holding Kaori, who is a pot plant. Vermilion, you're an ant very casually sailing the Yoki Sea within that pot.
Please never use that sentence again.
You can probably roll another perception check, again at disadvantage, Malia, if you like.
Sure. Actually, you know what? I'm not bothering at this point.
Actually, no,
because-
we'll use the pre-existing one. You do notice, now that you're holding the pot plant in your hands,
There's an egg in there.
one, the pot's full of like egg, and 2, there's this little ant swimming around in it.
Cool.
Does the ant have a green mohawk?
No.
Okay.
We're doing subtle at the moment.
Good.
Yeah. I think Malia comes to the conclusion though that
Mhm.
like there is no evidence of Vermilion even being anywhere nearby,
Mhm.
right? So like upon already having said his name a couple of times and him not appearing, I think she would be more inclined to make her way to bathe and stuff.
Excellent. You're taking the pot plant with you?
Yeah.
Hey, I got a question about that.
Mm.
Given Vermilion has performed some reconnaissance on this place,
Yes.
if in the process of Malia carrying the pot plant to wherever it is they're going, if we go past, either directly past or nearby to a pathway to the armory,
Mhm.
Vermilion would like to remove himself from the pot plant, because now that he is small enough to crawl through a lock on a door, he's going to go infiltrate the armory.
Okay, great. Right. So Malia, you'll be escorted by a guard to a room that will be offered to you. Tiny Wing, are you going to head into a room as well?
I would invite Tiny along with me as well, should she wish to come along.
She would probably go with that tonight. She only takes up, this much room.
Yeah,
True.
good.
That's absolutely fair. Excellent. In which case, a single guard will escort the both of you to the, I guess, the lodgings area within this stronghold. And as you were taken in that direction, Vermilion, you absolutely recognize there is a hallway down which you could head to further investigate the armory. of this
Mhm.
place. Zephyr follows you, Malia, and kind of scampers up your shoulder and just kind of reaches down a paw and just kind of pats one of the leaves of
Good.
Kaori as pot plant.
What if you just ate it?
In fact, roll me an animal handling check, please, Malia. Sorry.
Me?
At disadvantage.
He's climbing me. I didn't ask.
And Tiny Wing as well.
Cool. Nat one.
Sorry, what am I
An
rolling?
animal handling check, please.
Oh, okay. Hang on, I find a d20 for that first.
And that one,
Ooh.
Malia.
Yeah, for
Okay,
a 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
cool.
Animal hand. A dirty 20.
Excellent.
Wow. Opposite ends of the spectrum.
Tiny Wing, you get the impression from the way that Zephyr is kind of approaching the pot plant situation, and also zero kind of reaction from Zephyr when Kaori turned into a pot plant. You get the impression that Zephyr's kind of familiar with this kind of scenario. This has definitely happened before, or something similar has happened before of this nature. And the two of you then are escorted into.
Excuse me, 3, because Kaori exists.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. The 4, if you want to include the little monkey Zephyr, are escorted then to some very well-appointed, very comfortable lodgings.
Wow, they have escorts here?
They're not they're not super lush by any means, but they're comfortable. This isn't like an army barracks kind of deal. This isn't like just an empty room with some like roughshod beds in it. It is a relatively comfortable appointment.
What size is the bed?
The bed's
Queen.
a queen.
Okay, cool. I don't take up that much room. I am gonna, just in case Tiny wants options for sleeping, and so that I am not paranoid that I
One
will
big
roll
bed.
onto
One
her
big
and
bed.
and murder her. As I sleep, I'm gonna take out my tinderbox. I'm gonna empty the tinderbox. I'm going to go up to the queen bed, pull out. Oh, I don't have my dagger, do I?
Nope.
Then I'm going to use raw strength with my hands to, instead of cutting some of the mattress, I'll rip some of the blanket off
Okay.
and put it in the bottom of the tinderbox as like a little mattress
Oh, I
for
see.
it.
Roll a
Dude.
strength check. At disadvantage, you exhausted motherfucker.
What if I use my fangs?
You can do that. Yeah. That will clear the disadvantage.
You
Easy.
have fangs?
Done.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
fangs of them.
Just gets little
Ha.
little pointy teeth.
That'll be an 18.
Yeah, easily done.
Yeah. Bite into the blanket enough to like cause a tear so that when it rips, it's easy enough to do. Put it in the tinderbox, and put it. I don't know. Is there a bedside table or something?
There will be, yeah, 2 in fact. And beautiful stained wood too, like very ornate. Mismatched on either side though.
Dang, white.
Like these pieces of furniture are obviously not a pair, but both are very high quality.
So I will put that on a bedside table, and I will say, I mean, you can sleep in that if you want. I don't know if you carry your own stuff, and that was all just completely counterintuitive. Or, I mean, you can sleep on the other side of the bed. I just don't want to roll on you and like kill you, you know?
Did that amount to
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know how
understandable.
you've been sleeping the entire time?
Shut up,
With
man.
50.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, given she's this big, so all of her stuff that she carries is like this big.
Yeah, it's
Have
size
the guards
appropriate.
taken it?
You, with the exception of your weapons,
Ooh.
which would have been, and I think you were amicably conversational enough with everyone as the journey to this place was being taken place. If you think you would have refused to have released them, but the argument that they would have made would have been that it's for their safety and yours, so that no one at your location
She would have
considers
handed
you to
it
be a
over.
threat.
She's yeah, too
Yeah.
nice.
I think yours specifically, Tiny Wing Grum would have been holding on to.
Okay.
The Dwergar bounty hunter that works with Tremont Benedict.
Fuck that guy.
She's gonna sort of look at Millie and just be like, Thank you. I didn't really have anywhere else to sleep, so did you
Oh.
want me to put an alarm on the door?
Oh, I mean, if you can do that, I
I
won't say
absolutely
no.
can.
Great. Yeah, sure.
It lasts for 8 hours. So if anyone
Hell
walks through the
yeah.
door, it'll let off. It says the sound of a handbell for 10 seconds.
Can you? Okay. Vermilion's a fucking ant, and I know
Yeah,
NBC.
would an ant trigger the
and I
alarm?
know
Yeah.
NBCDM. Can you
Yeah.
read the spell for me, please?
Oh, yeah. It says, when you set an alarm against unwanted intrusion, choose a door, a window, or an area within range that is no longer than a 20-foot cube. Unless the spell ends, an alarm alerts you whenever a tiny or larger creature touches or enters the warded area. When you cast the spell, you can designate creatures that won't set off the alarm. You also choose whether the alarm is mental or audible. She would make it audible because she's sharing the room with Malia.
Yeah.
The creatures that she would designate as being allowed through would be anything she's seen Vermilion turn into so far, but she doesn't know about the ant, so
Correct. Or Zephyr for that matter. Or do we think an ant would be smaller? I feel like an ant is going to be
It's smaller
smaller
than
than
tiny.
tiny. Yeah.
yeah.
Because otherwise, literally every bug that exists on any
Yeah.
planet ever would set that alarm off. I think so.
That
Mm-hmm.
would suck.
It makes sense that in ant form, not
He's
that
going to come and go.
Vermiliant would know this, obviously, but in
Vermilion.
ant form, would not set that off. Yeah. Okay, as you were.
So she's just going to do that.
Just as an aside, 2.5 by 2.5 feet.
That's how
Is-
big the ant is.
That's what tiny. That's what regarded as the size tiny, the size class of tiny.
Whoa.
Yeah, cool. Good. Noted.
Wow, I'm like super small.
Excellent. So you absolutely achieved that, Tiny Wing, setting up an alarm on this door.
I'm gonna pull out some rations and start munching.
You still don't have your gear.
I have pocket rations. You don't know.
No, you do not. You have
I'm going to
All the
eat
things.
all of
tiny-
your earthly
No.
possessions have been removed from your person and
I'm going to eat some of the blanket.
are currently whereabouts unknown to you.
God damn it.
My stuff.
Would I see Malia looking around for something to eat?
What does it look like when Malia starts hangrily pacing?
Like Emily when she's hungry,
Mm.
which means she would probably just say, I'm hungry.
I got
Which
flowers.
is what I do.
I've only got flowers. I can only make flowers. I don't think you eat those.
Look, I'm exhausted. It's fine. Malia looks at her own arm for a second.
Yeah.
And then it's like, ugh. That's very sweet, Tiny, but I think I might just crash out for tonight. Or today, I guess. I don't know.
It is
I'm
it is
tired.
very early evening at this time.
Yeah, but I died, bro.
Yeah, correct. And you are absolutely, as you say,
It's pronounced
exhausted.
pro.
Yeah, there's a zero in it for zero respect for my belongings.
Brilliant.
And I think Malia would make herself comfortable. Like take off all her leathers and stuff and just be in like super cash clothes and then climb into this bed.
Tiny, make herself comfortable. I don't know. I'm pretty sure she's still got her book. I don't think they took that considering I got Sal to write in it.
Correct.
Mm.
So yeah, so she's probably sending mail back to Galkafir. Let him know what's been happening.
Excellent. Very good.
I had to remember the name.
Vermilion.
Hmm.
After a little ways, it's a little disorienting. You were a monkey last time that you kind of did this, wandering around.
It's true. Everything's real big.
Yeah, and I don't know that you see the world exactly like those of us with actual optic nerves do. And most of your navigation has to be done with pheromones. But you do eventually find yourself in front of the armory. Again, two different guards at this time. And I think on the way, and Tiny Wing and Malia, you both would have heard this as well. There'll be a series of bells that rings. Vermilion, what you will notice is after this, and I think you'll be familiar with this process in
No,
similar kind of places.
Vermilion.
That for this stronghold with this chapter of the Krillin, that's essentially just sounding the change of the guard. And sure enough, there are two completely different guards
Yeah, they have to go change because they shit their pants.
on duty at the door when you approach.
Cool. Hugging the space between the wall and the floor, so as not to draw attention, I would like to ant crawl my way over to where the door is, and I guess, if easier, assess if there's space between the door and the floor for me to crawl through, and if not, I would like to ant crawl my way up to the keyhole on the door and through that, or find some form of ingress to get to the other side of the armory door.
Such a shame about that ray of disintegration that exists in the keyhole just for this. So,
Whoa.
no, I'm kidding. You absolutely.
That's how keys don't work.
You absolutely make your way under the crack between the door and the floor.
Say crack again.
Crack.
Ah, my spine. My exoskeleton.
And wander your way as an ant into a pitch black room.
Mm. Good.
I'm going to say, correct me, like legitimately, if I'm
Yeah.
wrong, but I don't think dark vision carries over into anthood or into wild shape specifically.
Yeah, but pheromones.
I think you only retain like a set number of your stats, right?
Yeah, you adopt the stats of the thing you change into.
And only keep like your intelligence, wisdom, and something else.
Yeah. Now the question is, do ants, for the purpose of this, have dark vision? They do.
Really?
60 feet.
Excellent. Okay, cool. Within this, send me that stat block. I believe
Well,
you.
there's no.
I
to
love
be
you
fair,
dearly.
Okay. So in fairness, there is no ant stat block. I am just working off of a giant ant, but
Yeah, no,
reduced.
that works. Yep, that's absolutely so fine. You crawl your way into this armory. It's a very utilitarian room, so essentially just a like a long kind of rectangular room with, rather than the kind of the barred cells of the holding area where your friends are being kept,
Yep.
this is just flat out cages. And you see just an array of kind of weaponry alongside each wall down the length of this room.
Mhm.
And what looks to be a very large metal chest kind of down the end of that room.
Mhm.
Kind of each corner and spaced
Yeah.
out around there are kind of sconces and torches that are in there.
Mhm.
None of them are currently lit.
Cool. No inside guards.
Not in that room, no.
Not in that room.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess I'd like to wander around a little bit and get the layout of the room. I'm interested in this large metal chest and whether it contains A, our stuff, and B, whether there's any guns in here.
An ant carrying a gun is the funniest fucking thing that I can think of right now.
Antillery.
Fucking antillery. Absolutely amazing. Good. You
Does Envy get inspiration for that?
no.
Wow. Party
Fair.
pooper.
Yeah, I am. I think NBC already has inspiration.
Pants pooper.
You will find in that armory a single rifle in one of these caged areas, which you can absolutely enter as an ant. Actually, no, we've already established how this place works. As an ant, you approach kind of one of these cages, just kind of to see and get up closer, and are repelled by the exact same kind of wall of force.
Wait, does he take damage?
No. No.
Is it repelling, or is it just like I can't go further because there's a invisible like magical barrier type thing?
The latter.
Okay.
There is a repelling function to it, but it's not damaging in any way
Right.
in ant form or otherwise. Unless you throw food at it, because I thought it'd be fun to have food bounce back at Salislow's face.
Like that one specific thing, function that it has. Cool.
Yeah. So the cage itself seems to be protected in that same way. Roll me an Arcana check, I think, and because you're going to be more familiar with this kind of setup than Tiny Wing was, I think you might notice this probably more easily.
Okay. 16 on the dice. And Arcana is... So that's 21.
You on the cage, on the kind of bars of this. Bars is a bit strong. They're not kind of thick. It's more like a squared kind of cage arrangement, just like fucking metal caging. But you notice it's quite obvious in your ant form specifically. To you, these large runes carved into the metal itself that this cage is made of.
Trying to get in the cage, but it keeps pushing me back.
Yeah.
Want to get me your gun, but it's stuck in the cage. Anyway.
Good.
Anything else you want to do inside this armory while you're in here?
Yeah, the chest.
Yep.
You dummy.
Good. Same deal. So you find this chest. There's no... Unlike the door, where there's an obvious kind of crack, there's the thinnest of seals between the lid and kind of the outer, I guess, edge of this thing, but it is super tight. And similarly, when you try and get up in underneath that lid, and when you poke around at the keyhole as well, exact same kind of magical force that prevents you from entering. No runes on the outer edge of this chest that you can see.
This is a one room. I don't recall. This is a one room type deal. It's just for all intents and purposes, a vault.
Yeah, you can't see kind of on the other side of that caged area. You can't see any other doors, but it looks more or less exactly like that. Just a single room in kind of the central area of this fortress that looks to be holding all of this weaponry.
Cool. No doubt.
Click.
In which case,
the door opens.
oh no.
And four guards enter the room. Light torches in the area, mutter some kind of an enchantment, and essentially stow the weaponry that they've been using. You can hear them kind of muttering about wrapping up for the night, so it seems that this is just the arse end of the shift change that these four have been piss fighting about somewhere and are a bit sloppy in kind of stowing their shit away before heading home or to their own quarters if they happen to live here.
Can I identify the incantation they used?
You can, and I'll get your roll. What was your Arcana check earlier?
21.
Yeah, cool. You absolutely identify, and I won't point that out, but we'll get there. You identify that it's not so much the incantation, it's the combination of the incantation, the runes, and on the part of the guard that enters with them to open the cages, a magical tattoo briefly flares on their arm. Door opens, they stow their weapon.
Biometric locks.
Correct.
Interesting.
The cage is then closed again, and the 5 of them exit.
Five.
5, the 4 who came in to stow their weaponry, and the 5th that came in to open the cage for them, all exit the room again, extinguishing their torches and plunging the room back into darkness.
And it was for certain, like, there is some magical thing keeping these things locked.
Correct.
Okay.
Which you surmise is seems relatively similar to what was protecting the cells in which your friends were being held, which again were stated as typically holding artifacts as opposed to people.
Makes sense. And last question, I assume that the stowing of the weapons corresponds to the fact that the guard was changed. Would that be fair, given that the bells rang and the guard was changing?
Would seem to make sense, yeah.
Yeah. Given that I'm familiar with
Familiar in
goings on similar to
Familiar.
this, could I guess as to how long between changing of the guard, like when the guard would be due to change again?
The Carillion is obsessed with the concept of hours in general. So typically, and as you heard with these bells, the number of the bells are rung on the hour, kind of every hour, except for the midnight hour, typically. Partially as a kind of everlasting ode to those 700 years ago who stood against the demonic horde and said no, and kind of drove them back into what, particularly amongst kind of elven cultures, is typically referred to as the Heart of Woe. And also just over time, since the Carillion formed as an organization, it's become more of a tradition, that concept of the bells. In some areas, it's seen as a beacon of hope when you hear the bells of any of the chapters of the Carillion. Some chapters ascribe particularly important meanings to each hour's kind of ring.
And again, I ask, would I be able to surmise it to how long between now and when the guard?
Probably an hour.
About an hour?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. In which case, I feel like this is a relatively secure place for the intermediary time, unless for some reason they need to come in and get a bunch of weapons, in which case I would like to turn back into Vermilion by myself in this armory
Yeah.
in order to facilitate additional mischief, which we'll get to that.
Before we get to that, how many uses of wild shape do you have?
Well, that's the point. I'm out of wild shape. And if I turn for now,
Oh, no.
but until I complete a short rest, which is an hour or more, which is why I'm like, we're doing it now, because then I can turn back into wild shape again.
Good. That is absolutely doable in this room. If you want to have if you want to have a short rest in here, you're welcome to do so. You will get a full hour before anything else happens.
Good. We'll recharge that. We like that.
Far be it from me to personally victimize you, NBC DM.
Wow.
One of my favorite players.
One of God's most innocent and perfect angels.
That's true.
Tiny Wing and Malia. Malia, you've settled in nice and comfy. Like, you're just going to crash out in the bed at this early hour. And so when I say early hour, it would be, we'll say, 7 p.m.
This bitch is getting like 18 hours of sleep.
Brilliant.
Not 18, but hey, wait, if I have 2 long rests, if I have 2 8 hours, can I get rid of both of my exhaustions?
We'll get to that.
Oh, we'll get to that.
You're a motherfucker.
Tiny Wing. Malia has made you this cute little blanket out of her own, which is quite adorable.
Especially for Malia.
I'm nice sometimes.
Wow.
No, as I introduced myself at the start, Malia is a bitch and so am I.
Good. I'm gonna let the two of you vamp what either going to sleep for the evening or not looks like over the next hour or so before we return to Vermilion.
Oh no, like genuinely, I think, and like we've slept around each other before, Tiny. I feel like Malia mostly usually like writes in a journal and then like crashes out. This time she like lays down, she's out. Like instantly hit the pillow,
No.
dead to the
Tiny's
universe.
just doing her writing like you see her do every day.
Okay.
She's writing to someone.
Excellent. Malia, roll a wisdom save for me, please. At disadvantage.
No.
Yes.
Why would it be a disadvantage?
Because you're exhausted, because
But
you
I'm
died.
resting, you piece of shit.
You could have been resting eternally.
Wisdom save, you say.
Mhm.
7.
Okay, thank you. We will, unless Tiny Wing, you want to do anything else within,
Nope.
say, the space of an hour. Vermilion, you complete your short rest.
Oh yeah.
In this time. Click. The door unlocks.
I hide behind the chest.
As Vermilion?
Will I fit behind the chest as Vermilion?
Yeah, well, yeah. Look, roll a stealth check.
Okay. Actually, I feel like I have something for this. Just parts of my character sheet I haven't read for a while.
That's
Um,
fine.
You can attempt to hide even when you are only lightly obscured.
Oh, I love that. What's that from?
Uh, Mask of the Wild, apparently.
Okay, cool.
Hot.
Mm.
Do it.
Okay.
Roll me a stealth check, please.
Yeah, righto. Well, thank you to Ellen Graham's smiling face because that's a natural 20, you fuck, which is a
Nice.
23.
Excellent.
Hell yeah.
Look, because none of these folk expect to find anyone in here, I
Correct.
had them all roll at disadvantage anyway. You absolutely managed to successfully hide behind this chest as, again, not just 4, but like a full kind of series of, say, a dozen guards escorted into the armory. The cage is open for them. They take up their weaponry. They head out for their stint.
That makes sense. Wasn't expecting that anyone would have anything to do with the chest in the interim. That's why I didn't hide in one of the cages. Like a fool.
Good.
They leave. The torches are extinguished. You are once again for at least an hour, probably, in the armory.
Great. Can I try dispel magic on the chest?
Ooh, you can. Let's have a look at spell magic real quick, though. But you can certainly try.
I don't like when Pro does this. I feel like it's bullying.
As again, the most bullied DM on the internet, I feel like I'm allowed to do at least one bullying every now and again.
No.
Okay, good, interesting, cool. Holy shit. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure out a thing. Give me a minute.
That's right. You can.
But yes, the answer is yes. You can definitely try that.
Mhm.
Uh, I will have you roll to dispel magic, please.
I suppose I should clarify that I would like to cast it using a 4th level spell slot.
Okay, great. So you're going to roll just using your spellcasting ability modifier.
That is correct. Whiz. Come on, Ellen, don't fail me now. This is the moment that Ellen will absolutely fail
Don't
me.
fuck this up, Ellen.
Don't fuck this up, Ellen K. Graham. I know where you live. Oh, it's only a 16, but I do get a +5
Nice.
for 21.
Cool. That is definitely higher than the spell's level that was used to cast it.
I would hope so.
It doesn't work.
Yeah, well.
Sorry. Uh,
Wow.
To be
there goes
clear-
the first
Wow.
level spell
Who's
slot.
getting bullied now?
sorry, it's literally the mechanics of the thing that's protecting it, so
I
it's not in my
implore you at
control.
this point to check the chat because you actually are banned from bullying us now.
Well, hey, I'm not being mean to my players at all. I am simply pointing out that Wall of Force cannot be dispelled by spell magic. I'm so sorry.
I would like at this point to take a survey from the players. Do we feel like Pro's being mean to us? Because I do.
I never don't
No,
feel
he's
like
never
Pro's
mean
being
to
mean
me.
to me.
I haven't been mean to you yet, Saz.
I know it's coming.
Okay, so, hmm. In that case, would it be reasonable to surmise, based on the fact that this didn't work,
Mm-hmm.
that I would be able to know that it is in fact probably Wall of Force that's protecting these?
Yeah, I think absolutely by
Yeah.
now, Tiny Wing was able to ascertain that that was the nature of the thing from within the cells. And I think Vermilion would be able to, especially with that as the test, come to
Okay.
the same conclusion. Tiny, and I think Vermilion also will realize that it's not just the stock standard version of the spell, the combination of the runes and the tattoos as the means by which to bring it down. It's quite clear that this is some kind of ritualistic, well put together kind of with the intent of protecting the things in this area. The other things that you notice, if you want to, no, you know what? Screw that. You don't need to know that information. It's fine.
Okay.
See, mean.
Now, without coming off as needy, is there and asking for a consolation prize, is there anything that's not in a cage?
There truly isn't.
Okay.
And you will have noticed the guard that
Mm.
lets the other guards in and out of this place kind of does just a visual
Yeah.
sweep of the room before he actually left after they'd all exited.
Okay.
So,
In which case, I think it's probably not worth my while hanging out here anymore. And I'm going to go and find my friend.
Coming out of my cage.
sorry, you have friends.
Yeah. Zephyr.
Okay, it's Zephyr.
Hey, what the fuck, man?
No, Malia, obviously.
Excellent.
What about Tiny? Jeez.
Yeah, well, I believe that Tiny, based on my observations in the cell, as in the short time I was in attendance, I'm less concerned about Tiny's well-being than I am about Malia's.
I think it would be.
Tiny's doing just fine.
I think Tiny would be fine regardless. The rest of you are all
Considering
cool.
who was in and out of the cell at the time, I feel like I'm more concerned about Malia's well-being.
Two things. So first, Malia, you were holding on to Kaori as a pot plant,
I put her down somewhere. I'm not like sleeping with her in my arms.
just in the room. She's just on
Yeah.
like
A table.
on the floor.
other
on the
table.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Excellent. Tiny
the
Wing,
bath.
while you're in the room, do you think you'll be interacting with the pot plant in any way?
No, because I know it's Kaori, but there's nothing
Plant.
there for her to sort of decipher about a pot plant.
Speak with
Because
plants.
she's seen Vermilion turn into stuff before, so she thinks it's like that.
Yeah.
Stick a post-it note with a smiley face on it.
Excellent.
I don't have post-it notes.
I don't think canonical post-it notes.
Brilliant.
Sticky scrolls, if you will.
Zephyr will have kind of taken up a position between kind of like the wall and the pot plant. So like an area of this little bedside table where that pot plant may potentially fall off, like Zephyr's like placed themselves, and they're just kind of sitting there monkey-like, just like on guard, ready to
Cradling his rifle.
ready to catch this pot plant should it fall at any point in time. Which means Vermilion specifically, it's going to be real difficult for you to track. I guess you're back.
Did you put a pot plant in front of Jeannie's face on the overlay?
Yeah, it's been there for a while.
Yeah.
Have you not
I
noticed
only
it until
just
now?
noticed this.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
You did that truly so long ago.
I really did. It's been ages. I'm going to say it's going to be real difficult for you to get a sense of where Zephyr is, but as an ant, I guess you could put those little antennas to good use, and you could maybe do a little bit of tracking. So I'm going to get you to make a survival roll, please.
Okay, so firstly, who said anything about an ant?
Oh wait, did you not say you were leaving the room?
No.
I did, but I didn't. I did say I was leaving to go find my friend. I didn't say as an ant though.
You're right. Okay, what's the play?
Great question.
You're just gonna knock on the door from the other
Yeah,
side.
Yeah. Can you let me out, please? No, I'm not going to do that. That's a terrible idea. I was trying to work out if a moth could fit under the door. I feel like probably not.
I feel like probably not.
What about a
No.
fly?
It's an armory. Like it's a
Yeah,
weighted
but there's
door.
a keyhole, right?
As an ant, it wasn't squishy, but there's not a lot of room.
What's the largest bug you think that could fit?
Oh, you could be one of those cool little like roly-poly roll-up guys and wiggle your way under it.
It could be a worm.
Would Malia still love Vermilion if he was a worm?
No, she killed him.
That's true. That's true.
But that's
Um,
true, I did do that.
You did do that. You did kill Wormmillion.
I'm so sorry.
Rip.
You could be a little baby insect of essentially any type other than
Baby moth.
like a moth, because a moth will still be too large, and
Mm.
moths are in cocoons and come out moth-sized.
Baby fly.
Wow. You've heard of Cuckchair, now get ready for Cuckoon. Anyway. Maybe we'll go with spider this time. I haven't been a
Nice.
spider in a while. I feel like a spider's a good bet.
Excellent.
Get a bit more wall climbing.
I believe spiders are on our lines about, so just want to check in with everyone that we're fine with Vermilion actually being a spider first.
I've already mentioned spiders tonight, so
Spiders are fine with me.
Excellent. I'm aware
Sorry
you
about
mentioned
that,
spiders, and it's why I'm asking the question.
Yeah.
Because, yes. Okay, great. In which case, yes, you can absolutely turn into a small enough little spider that you're able to crawl back out of this room.
Yeah. And in my previous Zephyr-shaped reconnaissance, would I have an idea? Did I get a layout as to where I want to say sleeping quarters, the guest quarters are?
There'll
Because
be
I'd like to head in that general direction because I feel like that's the best place to start looking.
You did some pretty extensive recon.
You're right, I did.
And
So
what
thorough.
what you'll have learned in that time is so there'll be the second floor rooms, which I think you saw your mother go into hers, for example.
Right.
That seem to be reserved for the most part for those of rank of some kind. On the
They do smell bad.
on the first floor, there's a combination of what seem to be kind of generically well-furnished rooms and more barracks-like, as if it's a set of rooms that has been kind of converted into sleeping areas. So there's at least 3 separate options for you to choose from as to which one you go to.
Do I recall if my mother said where specifically they would be housed?
No, she asked.
She said there would be rooms available.
Yeah, made available to
Made
them.
available. Yeah.
Roll a d6.
Yeah, okay.
whoa.
5.
Excellent. You decide in your wisdom
Thank God, it's my highest stat.
that
I'm
guests
not smart, but I'm wise.
that guests probably would want to be kept a little of an arm's length away from the more functional areas of this place,
Yeah.
and that it would make sense that they'd be taken to the second floor set of rooms.
Mm.
Head up there, and do we do a survival check? Let's do a survival check.
We can do it. Yeah, we can do it. Yeah, that's right. That was what you were about to get me to do before we had the
Boo.
discussion about what I was shaping into.
Correct.
Survival. What do I add to survival? That's down the bottom. That is a 14.
You encounter a couple of kind of tracks that in your spider form combined with your previous experiences in wild shape in general that I think you can kind of
My spider sense is tingling.
amalgamate to be of simian nature.
Mm.
The one you recognize as your own, you recognize another and fold around. You get turned around in circles for a little while, but eventually
Yeah, that'll happen.
it takes you to a specific room. And it appears as though a monkey has headed into that room.
Yeah, and that's not the same room that I saw my mother come out of, because I know that Zephyr showed up at the cells with my mother, so it's entirely possible that he came out of her room at some point.
It definitely is.
In which case, I'll be looking for the other room that possibly has monkey tracks.
Roll for me, please, a d12.
12? Are you just picking random dice you want me to roll this evening?
Give the D12 some love.
Which is okay, because the D12 is underused. That's an 11.
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
What the fuck, man?
So,
Watchers Pro is mean to specifically me.
in this specific corridor that you're in,
Don't be mean to my friend.
I'm so sorry. In this specific corridor, it hosts, I guess, like entrances into, let's say, 6 of these kind of guest rooms. One of which is your mother's.
Yep.
Actually do it. It's funny.
That room is the only one of those 6 rooms that it doesn't appear that Zephyr has gone into.
Okay. Cool. How interesting.
What was your survival roll? 15.
14.
Ooh, okay. Sure. Roll a d4.
Roll a D4.
Oh my god, what is going on? Roll a D10.
Hey, listen, I'm running out of dice in the set that I haven't used tonight. So, that's a 1.
Okay, on a 1, you head into one of the rooms in this corridor that kind of monkey sense, smell, feel as a spider maybe, vibe, yeah, seems
Got the
most
monkey vibes.
seems most fresh in. Have you got the stats up for a spider? I assume.
I have giant spider.
Okay, cool. Do they have darkfish?
Good question.
Surely.
They have. Oh no, sorry, that's ant again. They have blind sight and dark vision.
Hot. Hey, Tiny Wing. Describe for me what this
Yeah.
room looks like at around, let's say, 11 p.m. at night by this stage.
Oh, she'd probably be asleep, so I don't know.
Do you-
Ah,
Yeah, but you were in the room, so what does it look
Yeah,
like?
does she like to sleep with a light on? Like, is there a little lamp
Yeah.
burning, or is it just pitch black and dark?
Sleeps with the
got
fluorescent
an
light at the center
alarm.
of the room.
We
Yeah.
don't
on.
need a light. We're fine. We can
Mm.
sleep. Malia needs her rest, and Tiny's just sad, so
Excellent.
darkness is good.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Vermilion.
Mm.
I'm trying to think of a spider version of Vermilion, and nothing's coming to me.
Spider million, spider
Spider
million.
million.
Baraclian. No. You crawl into that specific room, and sure enough, with your blind sense, you are able to feel less than hear the sweet, real cute little snores of your best friend in the whole wide world, Malia. She lies on the large queen bed, and you're pretty sure you can hear or sense the hurried breathing and rapid little heartbeat of Tiny Wing, the little fairy, and
One of them's going honk shoe, and one of them's going honk me 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 me.
a decidedly
Sure.
monkeyish little is directed at you from
Mm.
beside the bed somewhere. Malia, what'd you roll for your wisdom save?
I'm
It was
asleep.
low. It was like 7, right?
I don't know. You're the DM.
Cool.
To the deem.
About an hour before this, you managed to get some fitful sleep. It is very much interrupted by visions and flashes of your time in the Shadowfell, of the feeling of Darkhan the Oathrife, this 8-foot brutish creature, grabbing your throat and dragging you into that same location prior to when you died. His rancid breath beside your face as he utters what ultimately have been mostly idle, apparently, threats to you for quite some time now. And then a stillness. This dream / nightmare kind of settles back into your experience in the Shadowfell and your vision of that long grey road down which the souls of the deceased will march for an indeterminate period of time until they reach the destination of their ultimate afterlife, whatever that might mean for them. And once again, you see a figure that you recognize as your brother. But similarly to the vision you had before you woke when unconscious, this time, very differently to that actual experience, you raise a hand and reach out. And again, this figure turns, and instead of your brother as you remember them, you see red eyes, hungry fangs, and a viciousness in their countenance that injures you in a way that you can't quite describe. And for a while you wake.
I have a question before I wake. When I, like, in this dream, put my hand out, do I actually touch this figure?
No, you don't reach them before they turn, snarl at
Right.
you, and that snaps you back into wakefulness. And unless you would like to do otherwise, after kind of waking from that, you will fitfully return to sleep.
I think I just really quickly scribble it down
Mhm.
in my journal and then back to sleep.
Excellent. In which case, Vermilion, you enter this room at approximately somewhere between 11 and midnight. As a spider.
Oh. Excellent.
Roll a wisdom save for me.
Ugh. 19 on the dice with my wisdom save, which is +8, so that's 27.
Excellent.
Shout out to Alan K. Graham, whose dice is doing very well for me this evening.
Was it
We love Ellen.
27?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to drop that to
Oh, you fucking nut.
22.
Wow, imagine just straight up taking 5 off my whiz.
And then we're going to drop that to 12.
Wow. Imagine just taking another 10 off my whiz.
That's wild.
Hey, chat, this is the part where Pro intentionally picks on me.
This is also the part where Pro doesn't have, like,
I can't do anything
redemptions.
cool.
There's no inspiration or reroll redemptions because he's mean to us.
Which is wild, because literally the only thing I want to do now is find out where is the funniest place for me to perch for when they wake up. Because I don't need to sleep. Hey, you know that saying that that while you're asleep you eat like 5 spiders per year?
No.
Stay over there.
Okay, great. As you were.
Okay. Can I get a sense of where the funniest place for me to be when they wake up would be in this room?
That is entirely on you, yeah. You know damn well where it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. In which case, I take up that position and wait.
Wait.
Yeah,
Very good.
the rest of the evening.
No rest at all. for
I mean, I
Vermilion.
suppose I can do my little trance thing that I do for a bit,
Excellent.
which would probably be beneficial because I would like my 4th level spell slot and my 1 use of wild shape back.
Look, I think with that Tiny Wing, you successfully get a long rest.
Yay.
Vermilion, you also successfully get a long rest.
Fuck off, Promethean.
Malia,
You lose 1 level of exhaustion.
you lose no levels of exhaustion because you refused to eat the night before.
But
You wake and
I ate some blanket.
you awake and you
But I get a long rest, right? I just don't lose exhaustion.
correct. So you
Yeah,
get your
cool.
long rest,
I get my hit points
but you
back.
retain your 2 levels of exhaustion.
Yeah, you know what? Eat my fucking soul.
Hey, eat some fucking healthy, nutritious food that's been lovingly prepared for you by some chef in this place.
Would you like some eggs?
Says Vermilion as you awake. And there is where we will leave it for a little break.
I was gonna say for the evening, and I was gonna be like, what
Yeah, I
the
thought it was
fuck?
like that
We
was
haven't
the
even had a
episode.
break.
No, no, we're gonna have a little break. We'll be right back. Have fun, look after yourself, have stretch, drink,
No.
laugh, make merry. Unless you're Malia, who has 2 levels of exhaustion still because she refused to fucking eat
What,
when
like I
food was
can't
offered
be
to her.
happy without 2 levels of exhaustion? Fuck you, man.
Roll for
You can
happy.
eat
We'll see you soon. Bye.
me.
Hello, everybody. I'm
Well,
Promethean.
Hot dog.
There's a 0 in it.
Mine, how the turns have tabled.
And we are going to all have the players level up now to
Yay.
level 20.
Level 20. Wow.
Yeah. Congratulations, you sassed your way here. And
Definitely something my way here.
and you win D&D.
Nice.
And
What's my
that's
prize?
an eternity of happiness.
Okay.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Wow, what a game of D&D, everyone. It was amazing to actually play a campaign right to its conclusion at this point. Like I don't, that hasn't happened for a while.
The weirdest part is Promethean's still with us. Look at that chair.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll be right back and continue with the campaign, I guess. Maybe. Bye.
Yeet.
Wahoo! We're back.
The fuck was
Interesting
that
wahoo
noise?
there.
I hiccuped when I said wahoo on the re-entry.
Wahoo!
That's what I was waiting for.
It's a me.
It's a me, Promethean. Hey, welcome back to Sword of the Skulls, 2 Players Are Away edition, where these 3 been just hanging out in a fortress, a little holding
Wait,
area.
fortress exists here?
Well, I've said stronghold historically for this particular location.
I'm going to the bar.
Sure, there will be a bar here somewhere.
That's just when Pro gives me a hug. It's a stronghold.
Good.
Excellent.
Wow, drink so deeply, baby girl.
Yeah, I will. Emily, would you like to give us a recap of the session so far, please?
No.
That's fair. Good. In which case, I guess
You did ask it as a question, so
I did.
that's nice.
You're right. So
I think we should have Aunt Million do it, but in Vermilion's voice.
I think that's a great idea because we haven't heard Vermilion's voice for truly so long.
Yeah.
We're about to though, so
yeah.
maybe we should hold on to that suspense. Which means, Saz, you're up.
Edge the audience a little longer.
Would
I'm
you
sorry, what now?
would you like to provide a recap
No,
of
Saz
what's
said
happened?
No, I
as well.
took 5 notes.
Okay,
You
cool.
can talk about how Vermilion stole a gun.
Damn it! Does anyone know
stole
what
a gun?
happened? Vermilion didn't steal a gun. What did happen though was
I love how we've just bullied Pro full circle back into giving his own recap.
correct. Who pays attention to these sessions? That's not me. No. Tiny Wing and Malia have been allowed to roam around the place and have been taken to some very comfortable, a very comfortable room. Prior to that, Kaori turned into a pot plant quite randomly. Zephyr has been very protective of the pot plant, but has just been following Malia around to cradle it in her arms for a little while. The pot plant also has some egg currently in it still, which hasn't been removed, in which swum for a little while an ant, suspiciously mohawkless, because that ant was in fact Vermilion in wild shape form, hiding from his mother and presumably the guards in that room
And will continue to do so.
when the real Zephyr entered the room, because he had been roaming around this stronghold as Kaori's little monkey, just doing a little bit of recon, learning the layout of the place, figuring out how it worked. As an ant, then went and checked out the armory that he'd found on that little recon mission, found just a whole bunch of weapons stashed away and established that there's like an hourly kind of shift change of the guards in this place.
No arms though, for some reason.
No arms, but a big old magically protected chest
Magnificent.
in that armory. And then wandered along, managed to find his friends and the room that they had been sleeping in. Lilith, after a particularly bad decision, casting 3 separate spells, trying to make someone look as though they'd shit themselves, found herself on timeout back in one of the cells.
Worth it.
Morning approaches. The morning bells at approximately 5 a.m. ring. They are softer than bells throughout the rest of the day, but they're definitely audible. And after a pretty decent amount of sleep, given how early you crashed out, Malia, Tiny Wing, you're awoken.
Yeah,
Vermilion,
I'm level 20 now.
Vermilion.
Hmm.
Where are you positioned in this room that you were not in when these 2 went to sleep?
I am perched like a green mohawked gargoyle on the end of the bed, just watching the 2 of them sleeping.
Very good.
And I guess as I noticed them waking up, they would be like, "Good morning, my little rays of sunshine. Would you guys like some eggs?"
Where the fuck were you?
All around, making sure you guys were okay.
Great, you want
Trying
to
to
give
steal
us
some guns.
specifics or just vagaries?
Yeah, well, I was in the water for a long time, with what's his name? A really damp owl. Um, and
Willard?
then, sure, whatever. Um,
Willard?
and
Willard?
then I followed you guys here. And then I was Zephyr for a little while. Um, and I came to visit you, but certainly you, Malia, didn't know it was me for some reason. And then I was an ant for a while. Um, and then I tried to break into the armory successfully. It was the greatest heist. It was the greatest breaking into this armory this building has ever seen. Uh,
Okay, what'd you get from there?
Nothing. Turns out
Oh,
they've
great. So it
looted
wasn't
all
the
that.
greatest heist.
No, but it was the greatest breaking into. Because I bet
That
no one's done
works.
it before. Um, and then I was a spider, and then I came in here, and now and then I said good morning. And that brings us right up to where we are now. Also, I'm
Great.
hiding from my mother.
Yeah, she's looking for you.
Yeah, well, cool. No, she's not. She's looking for Willet.
Also that.
I'm just an intermediary. It might
Damn
surprise you to
life.
learn, but I think my mother sees me as somewhat of a disappointment.
Oh, yeah.
We
I
know.
mean, yeah, she's wrong, though. You're okay.
Aw. It's nice of you to say that, but I know what I did. Anyway, if we see her
What?
again, I'll probably just turn
No,
into
no, no,
something
no.
that's
Sorry.
unnoticeable.
No, no.
Hmm?
Let's
Hmm.
take that
What?
back a little bit.
Okay. Good morning, my rays of sunshine. Would you
No, no,
like
no,
some
no,
eggs?
no. The back to the
Oh, okay.
she
So I was
knows
in the
what I
water
did.
with an with Willet,
No, no,
and
no,
then
no.
oh, okay.
Vermilion.
What? What?
She knows what you did.
No, I know what I did.
Okay, what to
Oh,
which are
just
you referring?
just being a disappointment. Not taking,
Elaborate.
you know,
How did you disappoint her?
heaps of ways. Not joining the Carillon, not taking things seriously. Um, that time I locked a visiting dignitary in one of the rooms. Um, generally being rude to people who I probably shouldn't be rude to. Um, did I say not joining the Carillon?
Yeah.
Going to law school. Um, and just basically everything I guess in my life that's happened right up until this point.
Your mom's a cunt.
I don't know, my dad seemed kind of fond of her.
Cool.
Hmm. Well, we live a long time, so maybe she grows on you
I hope
over
not.
like hundreds of years.
What does everyone want to actually achieve today?
I
Before
was
we
hoping to leave.
before we
No,
get
no,
before we
she says I got to read the books today.
That's true. And
I'm
I'm
sorry,
not gonna
were you
let
illiterate
you
up
do
until
that.
this point?
No. She's got special books that I can read. I would like to read them before we go.
Oh,
Yeah.
porn.
What's that?
They're
What?
books that make you real happy,
Yeah.
Tiny.
Exactly.
That's all books for me.
These ones are a specific type of happiness.
Yeah.
Some
Oh.
would say an ecstasy of sorts.
It sounds religious, but okay.
It could be.
I mean,
Sometimes it
I've
is.
heard it referred to as a religious experience before.
Right. Well, I'll let you know.
Great.
I mean, I
Malia,
feel like you guys want your stuff back and then we should leave. Why are we still here? Oh, so what happened to the old guy?
Pro, I feel like you're trying to interrupt us.
I,
So
do, I
I'm
was,
gonna
but
shut
the
up.
conversation was far more interesting, so I shut the fuck up. I will point out though, Vermilion, you were there in Zephyr form as Sal was leaving, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll
Not
be
Zephyr form. It was ant form.
well, there you go. So you will have been party to Sal's goodbye.
Right.
including the briefly almost nice thing that he said about you before he left.
Yeah, I don't know. He must have hit his head pretty hard. Anyway, he
Wh-
probably
what are,
shouldn't be riding.
what are you talking about? You're just saying
Sorry.
thoughts out loud.
Yeah, sorry. I was having a conversation with the omnivorous voice in my head.
Great.
Uh,
Omnivorous.
Yeah, the one that knows everything.
Do you mean omnipotent?
No.
Speaking of
If I meant,
omnivorous,
if I meant omnipotent, I would have said it.
speaking of omnivorous, Malia, roll a Constitution save at disadvantage, please.
fuck, man? Why are you doing this to me? Oh, one of them's a nat 20.
I'm guessing not the one that counts.
No. What if they were double nat 20s?
That would be cool. I don't
It's-
think
it's
that's
not.
true.
I think you can get that at Honey Birdette.
It's a
Good.
12.
Okay. You know how you're real hungry?
Yeah.
You're now also getting real hungry.
You look really hungry. Would you like some eggs?
I've just rolled D4. How many people are in this room? 2.
And a pot plant. And a monkey.
Well, neither of those look appealing.
And also the monkey's immune from harm.
I'm also 3 inches tall, so I'm
yeah,
not
I'd have to
exactly food.
swallow you. Just like look at you, Vermilion.
Yeah?
I need to leave right now.
Oh, wait, I forgot. You like blood. You want some blood?
Uh,
I've
I
got
didn't-
so much blood.
what?
What?
I'm leaving the room. I'm getting out of here. Just look at Vermilion and turn and walk out of this room.
Tiny Wing, is your spell still active?
No, it was only 8 hours.
Yeah, okay. That's fine. That makes sense. Good. In which case, a bunch of alarms don't go off.
Well, it wouldn't anyway because I'm a friend.
That's fair.
You spelled fiend wrong.
Excellent.
I'm leaving with the intention of finding Tremont Benedict.
Cool. We'll come back to that. In the meantime, Tiny Wing Vermilion has just asked what you're still doing there. You'd already explained that you would like to read the books, but would you like to follow up with Vermilion as to what your plans are for the day?
No, she spelled it out pretty good. His mom's got books. She wants to read the books.
Good.
Right, you're going to spend the day reading?
Mm-hmm.
Malia,
You
based
make
on
sure
my
she doesn't
observation, is
kill
going to
someone.
go and spend the day feeding?
I'm going to see someone. You can come with me if you want.
Make sure she doesn't kill someone.
I'm just concerned she's going to fuck someone else.
I'd be more concerned about the killing.
I mean, they're both deaths in their own way. Anyway, moving on.
You'll read that in a book somewhere.
Vermilion already told her all about it.
That's true.
Excellent.
All right, well, let me know if you find anything good. I'm going to be hiding from my mother.
I'm going to be with her.
And I would like to turn into a bee.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bee?
And yeah. Yeah, and it's me. And I'd like to buzz on after Malia.
There's a bee million.
Excellent.
Because I can fly now. My wild shape is allowed to fly.
Whoa, that's exciting.
Yep.
When did that happen?
Last level up. When we leveled
level
up last
20'd.
time.
Oh, because it's such a nice and kind dungeon master. I have allowed you to level up a bunch of times, and now you have a flying speed.
I think what's interesting about that is Sword of the Skulls and Echoes of Divinity have been running for the same lengths of time. In fact, I'm pretty sure Sword of the Skulls started
Anyway,
first.
Tiny Wing, you've
and
got a plan
Echoes are level
to
10.
you've got a plan to head into the library with the assistance of Selethra, Vermilion's mother, to pursue some knowledge that she says is a little bit hidden from just casual viewing. You
Subscribers only.
good. I think from memory, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I might be misremembering, I think you'd gone to Selethgra's quarters briefly with Sal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you'll absolutely be able to find your way there. Perhaps with assistance from asking some of the guards if you get kind of turned around. Would you go directly to a room, or would you be wandering around, want to have a little bite to eat, do something else kind of before approaching
She
Selethgra?
doesn't need to eat. She wouldn't be looking for breakfast.
Perfect. You will make your way to Selethgra's room then. Malia, having headed out a little bit earlier, what is your approach to attempting to find Tremont Benedict?
Well, since he's so famous and cool, surely there's some people that will talk about him.
Just randomly ask some folk.
I'm gonna evaluate people that look like they would know.
Okay.
Uh,
What are
you
you
know,
sure? What are you looking for? So
fellow bounty-esque hunters.
not in
Bountiful
high
hunters?
not in high supply in this area. Most of the folk in this stronghold,
Or fangirls of bounty hunters.
sure. Most of the folk in this stronghold are giving off kind of cleric or monk or just kind of
Dweeb.
That still works because I'd be like, who's the
orderly
most
kind of
trouble in
vibes.
this area?
Okay. Sure. Roll.
It's not me.
It's the fucking bee following you. Roll for me a.
I'll ask around. I'll just be also looking for places that people would hang out that look, I don't know, a
Yeah,
little shadier.
I think asking around. Roll a charisma check at disadvantage.
That's my worst stat. It's a -1 for a 13.
Okay. You have a couple of conversations as you make your way around the place. It is pointed out to you just mostly in casual conversation. Easiest place to find him is probably going to be a mess hall on the first level of the stronghold. So currently you'd be on the second floor.
Oh, messy.
The first floor has a mess hall, and you're given some kind of vague directions of how to get down there. It's not too difficult. Just listen for all the hubble and bubble. There's a bit of a gathering there of a morning for breakfast,
Cool. I'm gonna go do that.
Cool. Have fun. What? It's a fucking bee. And I'll get you
Oh,
to
you were
roll.
speaking at me in character. I thought that was just Prometheus.
Nope. And I'll get you to roll a dexterity check, please. B million.
Oh, I thought you meant me. I was gonna be like, what for? Wait, can I try and catch them fists? So when they do that, can I try and stop? hand?
It's not directed at you. It'll be kind of
20.
Yeah, but what if I'm hungry, right? And this guy's just like doing this. Like, I'm
yeah.
gonna react by catching his hand.
Okay.
Because it could be perceived as a weird threat, even if it's not at me.
No, he literally said, "Is that a bee?" Kind of as you've turned away, and then
still
it's
doing
kind of
it.
spotted it. Okay, yeah, sure. Let's make it a grapple check then. Give
Wait, does the
me.
bee have a green mohawk?
It's a great question.
Not insofar as it's a very prominent mohawk, but it would be marked in such a way that you would be able to tell. Like it's not like it has a tuft that is longer than the rest and also green. It's more like it just has a green stripe where
Then
one would
let me
imagine a
make
mohawk is.
this less meta. Can I see the bee?
You will once it's brought to your attention. Yes. So with that 20, easily dodge the swiping of this guy.
It's like,
Okay,
whoa,
I
is that
don't
a
need
bee?
to
And you're like, there's a bee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool, let's
Malia,
go.
you want to grab this dude's hand?
No, well, look, no, because I don't want to be a meta bitch. But and also I feel like it's fine now.
Okay, you're just gonna walk that back?
No, like genuinely, like it feels a bit meta, so I'd rather not do it.
Hey, you are both hungry and hungry, so it doesn't not make sense.
It's fine. I've committed to no longer doing it because I feel bad about it. I
Okay.
don't like it.
Sure. Excellent. In which case, you head in the direction that you've been directed, for the mess hall, kind of adjacent to where some of the more established folk in this area, as you would have picked up during these conversations, the way
On
the
the
place.
way, I'm gonna, having now noticed this green mohawk, or
I didn't say that. Roll a fucking perception check if you're looking
Vermilion
for it.
said that actually.
He said that the bee had it. That doesn't mean you've noticed it.
He said that it would be noticeable enough that I would notice specifically.
On a bee?
Yeah.
Okay, roll a perception check. At
Can I cancel
disadvantage.
out the disadvantage because
No,
Vermilion said so? Why do you hate me?
I don't. You didn't eat.
That's a 15.
You notice that this bee looks a little bit different than any other bee that you've seen before.
Cool. Then on the way, I'm gonna be like, if it's, I'll say it quietly, like, if that's you, Vermilion, can you just stay fucking close, please?
I land I land near your ear, and
It's crazy because if you
buzzing.
sting me, you die. Cool. I'm continuing. This is all happening while we're walking.
Okay,
According to 5e SRD, bees speak in bee dance is their language.
this is true. Yeah, it's got some kind of quantum shit going on with it. It's real cool.
And they were quantum roommates.
Teammates, even.
Good callback. Well done. Excellent. All right, Malia, you're heading to the mess hall. Tiny Wing, you flit your way to Selethkra's quarters. It's still relatively early in the morning, but you approach her door. It's closed.
I will knock on it. Obviously, very quietly because I'm Bisberg.
Mhm.
See if I get a response.
You hear from behind the door, "Leave the plate outside the door."
No plate, just a slightly eager fairy.
And there is a short pause.
I can come back.
No, it's fine. And then the door will open. Vermilion's mother, Selethkra, stands before you in a like a white satin kind of nightgown, barefooted, hair not yet kind of done for the day. You are quite the studious one then, aren't you?
Well, yeah, my whole life has been books, so
Come in, allow me to get ready. I'll take you down to the library if you like.
okay.
You kind of flit in. Roll a perception check for me. And we'll see what is added, I guess, to your assessment of this room as you head in. And if
It's
there's
a natty 20.
Nice, you
On all the useless stuff.
assess the shit out of this room. So her bed is considerably more comfortable, a little bit larger than the one in the room that Malia and yourself slept in. It is a four-poster number. At the kind of, I guess, one wall of this room, there's a large, beautiful writing desk which you've seen before, and the large chest in which Salislow's sword had been stored, is what you were told. There's a number of garments kind of strewn around the room. It doesn't seem like she's particularly concerned about cleanliness or like of making everything picture perfect. A array of papers, scrolls, a couple of books stacked up on that writing desk, and on a small table next to the bed, something that seems to be kind of covered in a black silk cloth. She moves into an adjacent room, which you can assume is some kind of bathroom area, and she kind of yells out from that room. So I wonder if you wouldn't mind telling me about my son. It's been some time since he and I have, well, socialized. What kind
What
of
do you
a
want to know?
what kind of a man has he become?
Well, I haven't known him that long, but he's terribly brave. He's very smart. He changes into all sorts of incredible creatures.
Does he seem happy?
Well, yeah, he's got a best friend and everything. I mean, wouldn't anyone be happy
A
with
best
that?
friend?
Best friend, yeah.
And who would that be?
Malia.
Ah, the competent one.
Competent.
That seems sensible. Interesting. And I am led to believe the Owlin that you all encountered uh, the other day, you had not previously met.
No, I met them all at an orphanage. Like them, like being like Vermilion and Malia and Lilith. I hadn't met anybody else before that.
An orphanage.
Yeah,
Interesting circumstance.
not really.
What are you doing at an orphanage? Are you an orphan?
Technically, yes.
Technically, in what way? What do you mean?
I'm a fairy that doesn't know the Feywild, so technically.
Ah, Sonderborn Fae.
I wasn't born here. I was born in the Feywild. But I didn't get to stay there.
That must be unnerving.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
To not know your true home, to not fully understand your beginnings.
I don't know anything.
You seem to have an appetite for knowledge, which is no small thing.
Oh, like I said, I love books. I grew up with books, lots of reading.
Where did you grow up with this love of books invested?
I don't actually know the name of the place. I'm not very good with maps, it turns out.
Oh. Well, I can definitely appreciate a thirst for understanding. It is how I found myself in days long gone past, adventuring party of sorts. Now I found myself agreeing to the ridiculous responsibilities that I hold now, and here we are. And at that point, she'll emerge from this other room in a relatively kind of tight-fitting, very practical kind of leathered outfit, as opposed to the flowing kind of dress that she'd been wearing the day before. Well, if you'd like to follow me to the library, let's see about getting you a little bit more of that knowledge.
Oh, yes, let's go.
And then she takes you down the stairs and you head towards the library, which I feel like having been there before, it's burned into your mind, kind of the pathway through to this place as you head through. And on the way, I made a promise to your friend that I would do what I can to ensure that you are provided with every opportunity to discover that which you need to make your way in this world.
That would be a lot of things.
I don't take my promises lightly, but I wonder, Tiny Wing, what is it that you feel you need in this world?
I need to know who I am. I need to know where I come from. I need to know all of that. Everybody knows more about that here than I do.
If we're talking about the Feywild, there are many who claim to know things.
Well, not just the Feywild. I want to know about these courts that I've heard about.
Ah, the fabled Fey courts.
Yeah.
Many and varied. Often very subjective experiences, I'm led to believe, depending on the circumstances of your visitation there. But we certainly have some volumes of those nature. I wonder though, and she will pause for a moment, and I'll get you to roll a perception. Insight check for me, please.
Like 15.
Excellent. She's very clearly looking at the little trinket around your neck. I believe you have a little necklace of a little gem that you
Sounds
keep.
familiar.
It
It's been
does.
a while.
Yeah, it does indeed. You're right. A gift from your oldest friend that hangs as a small gem on a necklace around your neck, I believe.
Oh, that one. Yep, I'm with you.
Yeah. She's very clearly looking at that when she says this. I wonder if that's the only historical information of relevance that might be of interest to you, Tiny Wing.
What else could I possibly need? This is the information that tells me where I come from.
Well, I suspect that you've made yourself some very powerful friends in your short little life.
I have?
I suspect so. And again, with that roll, very clear that she is looking at the gift from your oldest friend when she says this. I think we could arrange for access to a biography of individuals that might be of interest to you.
But right now, the only ones of interest to me are anything to do with like Amethyst Queens. I know that there was a really bad one, but other ones would be great.
She'll kneel in front of you, kindly, not imposingly in any way. Ask Finnicus about that very topic. If we have anything, I'm sure he'll be able to lead you to it. But I'll also offer him some suggestions for some terms to put in front of you. You're going to have access, Tiny Wing, to information that is not shared lightly. In order to gain that access, we may need to inscribe a small token, if you will, never without your permission, but you will not be able to read or even perceive these volumes without it.
That's all it does?
Here, it grants you access to the inner library and some of its more interesting functions. Knowledge, Tiny Wing, has incredible power.
But does it make me beholden to anybody else?
It does not. It merely
Okay.
designates you as one trusted enough to be granted access to this knowledge, and Unless, and I doubt this is the case, you would be foolish enough to do anything for us to want to revoke this small gift. The ability to move between these vortexes of knowledge. As I said,
Other places like this?
as I mentioned, knowledge itself is power, Tinywing. And this power can be linked across the land. Finnicus can explain the details, but with the right knowledge, with the right symbol, with the right understanding and the right intent, you can travel from library to library in the blink of an eye.
It's not going to cause any problems for my friends or anything like that.
She pauses for a moment, and she kind of turns towards where you think the holding cells in this place are. Any kind of vandalism or disrespect or misuse of such information is not only highly frowned upon, but would be very immediately acted upon by those of us in the Carillion who depend upon it. You seem calmer than most of your friends, and I would like to think, Tinywing, that we could be, if not, certainly not friends, but at least allies in days to come.
I can work with that.
Marvelous. You approach the library. Once again, the librarian, who kind of was giving you the skeezy eye the day before. This time, though, that absolutely is not present. You're escorted in by Selethra, and he almost fawns over himself a little bit as the two of you enter. Malia and Vermilion.
I think you mean B million, but yeah.
Correct, Malia and B Million. You enter the mess hall. It's quite a hubbub in there. There's about 24 odd residents of this stronghold. A couple of quite obviously kind of just travelled in from outside regions. Some look to be actual residents here and have spent the night and are spending their morning getting some breakfast. There are, I guess, think of like some kind of stupid movie, like high school cafe type situation, but a little cleaner, a little less tacky. There is a kind of a bench area where a array of breakfast foods has been racked up. The couple of dozen folk kind of in this room are heading over there, grabbing whatever they like and having a bit of a munch before carrying about the duties of their day. Malia, you spot on one particular table quite clearly Tremont Benedict in his dust coat, fully kitted out, rifle at his back, pistols at his
Imagine
hips.
needing a gun, loser.
Pistols, rather, in cross braces at his chest, hand crossbows at his hips at one table. Grum, his Dwergar companion, as you enter, kind of leaves that table and is heading out through a different door at that stage, leaving Benedict there with one or two kind of residents of this area just sort of sitting around, which seem to be chatting fairly casually with him.
Being that I am hungry and absolutely just trying to distract myself from other hunger, I'm gonna go and get some breakfast. And I mean of the actual breakfast food variety. And then as absolutely like confident in myself but nonchalant way, uh, I'm going to make my way with my breakfast to sit opposite Tremont Benedict, but act like he's not even there.
Excellent.
Like it's just not even a coincidence that I sat there, but I don't care that he's there.
He. Are
Put a
you
bit of bacon in my mouth and snap it off in my tea.
good? Are you looking at him like you able to recognize like his reactions?
I feel like I will sit down, bacon, eyes up.
Okay, great. You watch as this sort of like early 40s-ish, seemingly human man.
Seemingly human. What the fuck does that mean?
Well, he looks human, but you don't know. Kind of shoulder length, blonde hair, few days worth of kind of stubble on his chin. Finishing his own kind of breakfast meal, it seems. Just very lazily kind of raises his eyes as you take a seat, returns them to his food, continues his breakfast.
Cool, I'm power moving, doing the same.
Excellent. In silence,
Yeah, because fucking Vermilion isn't there.
well, he is. He's perched upon a body part.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna start talking to myself or to a bee.
Okay, great.
But what I will be doing is attempting to listen to anyone speaking around us,
Yeah,
to kind of see any interesting conversations going on nearby.
excellent. The general conversation from these two kind of residents of this stronghold, they seem to be bugging him at this time specifically about his time in Caldara as a mercenary. He kind of very briefly answers some of their questions. It's not super committed, not super engaged, mostly polite, just kind of being not super informative about their questions, but you kind of gather that at some point before what it is that he does now, that he'd spent some time in Caldara, actually facing off against the demons in the northern continent. The two that are asking these questions, they're not fangirling necessarily, but it seems fairly evident that they've definitely never been in that position, and they're a little bit in awe of anyone who has.
Think like rolling my eyes before, like, as these questions, I start like hearing these questions, but at some point, like, that's more to myself. Like, I'm not obviously doing that in front of this guy. What I would do is, as this kind of back and forth starts to happen, I'm just gonna stare at him dead in the eyes the entire time while I'm eating. I'm not even gonna look down at my plate anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a hungry, hungry girl. And I'm pretty sure the way that I described that last time and that we had maybe discussed in real early days is that that just looks normal, aside from the fact that I think my eyes go darker, not red, but dark.
Yeah.
So they'd be like, kind of like high eyes, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Little dilated pupils as you munch
Yeah.
down on this food. Good.
But just like trying to power move this guy a little bit.
As Benedict kind of doesn't extract himself from the conversation that he's having, but just gets shorter and shorter with his responses to them. They kind of started to repeat themselves a little bit. They seem to kind of get a little antsy. They turn to you, and one of the residents of this stronghold. Oh, you're one of that lot that was brought in and put in the artifact room, right?
Oh no, I'm just here for this guy's autograph.
Oh, Mr. Benedict, autograph. Why would you get that?
Well, I don't know. I just mean based on the way this is all kind of going, it's like he's got some sort of fame behind him or something.
Of course. this is Tremont Benedict. Have you not? His father's famous. He led like one of the greatest surges against the demons in the north. This is the kid of that man. And then he did the same thing. Didn't go quite as well. Sorry.
Why else do you think I want his autograph? Well, very obnoxiously, I don't have any of my shit on me.
You don't.
So I like look like I move a little bit and then I don't. I straighten myself out because I have nothing.
You have a napkin of some kind from picking up food.
I will. Is there sauce on this table?
It'll be in some kind of small bowl that would have been available to you in the buffet
Truly
area.
So much ranch
Is there
Selection of sauces.
in
Is
the
there
one jar.
a straw? Do they use straws here?
It's a great question.
A sauce straw? You sucking up ketchup again?
No. I have a point, I promise.
There will be straws that will have been
Okay,
available.
great.
Yes.
I will slide the napkin across, a little bowl of sauce, and a straw, as if it's a pen, ink, and paper.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Just
I
straight
see.
in front of Tremont.
Excellent. The two that have been nattering at him just kind of stop talking immediately. They're a little bit in awe. You can roll an insight check. Could do it at disadvantage, so
Obviously,
we'll see how
you
that
don't
goes.
Need to keep reminding me.
I do. I'm not reminding you. I'm reminding everyone watching that Malia refused to fucking eat food
I'm
after
eating
having
right now. I don't
been
know what it's
revived
like.
from death with 2 levels of
Hey,
exhaustion.
listen, Malia ate, but it wasn't food. No, but that's with disadvantage, and my +8. It's a 16.
Okay. I think these two are kind of simple enough and obvious enough. They go from being in kind of awe of this dude that they're talking to, who's quite clearly at this point just trying to ignore them and get on with his life, to that being shifted almost onto you. Like just this shift of, oh my God, the audacity. What is happening?
Good. That's what I'm going for.
Benedict takes your straw, gives it a lick, swirls it in the sauce,
Excellent.
Wow, that was my last straw.
scribbles out of something, pushes it over back to you
What's it say?
on your side of the table.
Does it say anything, or is it just a squiggle?
It says,
Pee pee poo poo.
it will be
It says I shat my pants.
it
It does.
will be his name.
Cool. I will take that napkin and slide it to one of his fangirls.
Excellent. Who take it, turn to their mate, and they're like, and they hustle off out of the mess hall. And it's just you and Tremont.
Yeah, and I'm staring at him.
Great.
What's he doing?
He leans back a little, crosses his arms, says nothing.
I mimic his action.
Excellent.
Bzz.
Go sting it. No, I'm joking.
Could do that.
Excellent. He'll elbows on the table.
I will do the exact same thing.
Good. He will wait,
So will she.
saying nothing. Tiny Wing.
I'm so
Unless
sorry.
Vermilion as a bee, unless there's anything specifically that you would like to contribute
Sting aim has got an allergy.
at this time.
Buzz.
Brilliant. Tiny Wing. In this library, Finicus, the librarian, is instructed to offer you. We don't have copyright for that. Get that off my stream. Finicus is instructed very pointedly by Selethgra to offer you the tattoo.
Excellent.
Wow, the tattoo biblia. To which he initially kind of is taken aback, it seems, but very quickly recovers from, given who it's coming from. And he beckons you over to an area in his little office, cleans away a array of very disheveled papers. For someone who's quite clearly invested in the organization of the library outside his little personal office area here, absolute rat's nest. There's shit everywhere in here. He kind of moves it to the side. He takes out an intricate silver and gold inlaid box. The silver and gold there's a silver and gold filigree around this kind of wooden box that he opens, and there is an ink within the box that kind of sways to and fro. He hasn't moved it all that much. He opens this box, and the ink is like it's moving of its own accord. He will take a quill from a drawer in his desk. He passes his hands over it, whispers some words to the tip, dips this in the ink, holds out his hand, and asks you to present your arm. There are 3 rules to bear this mark. Rule number 1, no harm can come to any of the volumes that you were given access to.
Mhm.
Rule number 2, you may ask permission to travel from one library to another, but you must never demand it.
Mhm.
Knowledge can be sought but never claimed. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Rule number 3. Return your books after you borrow them.
Who doesn't return books if they've borrowed them?
It's a much larger problem than you would think. We've lost truly so much information over the
It's
years.
just basic courtesy. Oh my god.
It's terrible, which leads to a violation of rule number 1. The books are damaged. It's a terrible cycle. Not the point. They're the 3 rules. This is a sacred group that you are being brought into. I don't understand necessarily why, he says as he looks to Selethgra, but I am certainly not one to question a matriarch of the Carillion. So, I'll ask one last time for your permission to accept this gift.
I just one question. That quill's bigger than me. How is this gonna work?
Wonderful thing about magic, as I'm sure you know, or will certainly come to learn, it is quite adaptable. And as he says that and kind of swirls this quill in the air, the quill itself in his hand doesn't change, but there is this thread of the weave that you can kind of feel more than see, that extends itself into truly the tiniest of points. And all it takes now is your commitment to the order of the tome. And I guess you have all the benefits and features thereof.
I get to read books. I'm okay with this. She's gonna put out her arm.
Welcome to the club. And he flicks his wrist, and without even approaching you. There's no need for the quill itself to actually touch your skin, but a very small, very delicate runic tattoo resembling somewhat what look to be the spines of 3 separate books appears on your left wrist. If you follow me, let's show you exactly what it can do. And he'll take you to a section of the library where there are what look to be the most bland and boring volumes in existence. No one can remember the topics of these books after looking at them. You look at the titles, look away, and it's immediately forgotten what they are. And I'll get you to roll an Arcana check for me real quick.
That's an 11.
Okay. You can't shake the feeling that you walk past this area, and he walks you back and forth past it a few times. And each time you do, you shake the feeling like you're immediately kind of drawn to this particular section of this library, and then immediately lose interest as soon as you look at it, and then kind of stop and feel drawn back to it. And then as soon as you look at these titles, you immediately lose interest. And Finnicus kind of turns to you and says, "It's a common feature of our particular volumes that are of use to us. It's something of a trick of perception. Any library across any world can be connected to another, but not everyone can know that, of course. So there is projected from those volumes a sense of uninterest. Many people, I've never understood why I consider these places to be undesirable as it is. Those who do come here are turned away from these sections, but if you push past it," and he reaches out and pulls a volume from the shelf, and this entire shelf of books, it's as though physical reality just kind of melts away briefly, and a book-lined corridor extends beyond, with a kind of a dim light and a vast difference at the end of those shelves. A web of knowledge awaits.
Oh, I think my friends are going to have to leave me here for a while. Oh, my goodness.
We have lost some to an eternity of seeking knowledge. It's important. Knowledge should be applied. Don't lose yourself in the pursuit. Try and think of something that grounds you, something that is useful for your day-to-day existence to bring you back.
It might be hard. I just lost my friend. He just left, so he was my grounding. I need a new one.
Well, there's no danger then, but perhaps the desire for a new friend will be enough to bring you back when you're done with your day of searching.
Also, I'm a little bit worried about Malia. That might work.
Well, good luck. I wish you well.
Can you point me in the direction of the books? I don't know if you were told. Anything to do with the amethyst queens and the courts and stuff.
Follow the desire for knowledge. You will find what it is that you seek. And he just points you towards the tunnel that has been formed from broken pieces of reality within this bookshelf.
I just think of it and I'll find it.
You will.
Okay then. And she'll think real hard about those tomes, about that topic.
Excellent. And heading into the tunnel, you feel a flutter as that kind of hole in reality. It doesn't close around you, but rather kind of propels you. And it feels briefly as though you're being pushed forward through space and time by the pages of a book being turned. You can smell kind of old paper and dust and effort. Malia, sitting opposite Tremont Benedict at this table in what is effectively a staring competition. I am going to have you roll a charisma check, please.
Like a check or a save?
We're gonna do it as a check. We're gonna do a contested charisma check.
Whoa, I rolled the same number twice.
Whoa, I rolled real low.
So did I, but I rolled the same number, which I feel like means I can add them together.
No, that's not how that works.
Why not?
Just isn't.
It's an 11 minus 1 for a 10.
Ooh, I rolled a 2. However, oh wait, no, that's intimidation only. Ooh. So, a small grin appears at the corner of Benedict's mouth, and for the briefest of moments, he looks away. And then looks back, and he knows that he's lost this moment. He's gone, well done.
I know not what you mean.
You've successfully sat across from an old man and stared him down. I'm sure you're very proud of yourself.
Again, I know not what you speak of. I'm just a girl sitting in front of a guy eating a breakfast, and I'm just gonna pick up another bit of bacon and just chomp into it.
Good. I don't know if I buy just a girl.
Oh. And?
Again, the way I hear it, you found yourself in quite a predicament and appear to have come out of that predicament very much unscathed. And importantly, not dead. It's impressive.
Well, you know, not all wounds are physical.
So you've got a little trauma there.
I mean, don't we all?
I wouldn't trust your humanity if you didn't. So you're probably not
Right.
wrong. Although some of this crowd, they're not necessarily fanatical. It's like any of these groups, they get a little too into their belief system, maybe. Being able to mask the reality of the things that are wrong with the world with a belief in your historically given right or destiny to put yourself in front of it. You can do funny things to people's heads. But that's not the point. You are very interesting.
So you've said multiple times, and still yet you sit here and just say flourishes of words and nothing else. Well, people fawn all over you. It must be real fun.
Well, the way I hear it, you walked into the nest of Mikhail Ironfang and walked out again.
And?
Zzz.
The buzz right in my ear.
And I'm real curious as to how.
Well, pointy thing that I would usually have, other pointy thing, they go into the thing. But I'm sure I don't need to tell you that.
So you walked in to a vampire's nest. Dozen vampires. With
How do you know how many there were? You weren't there.
he, again, the briefest of grins twitches at the edge of his mouth before he gets it under control. It's kind of my job to know things.
Okay, so you know everything. That's wild.
Oh,
You
no.
hold all of the world's knowledge. Then how do you know?
Oh no, case in point. Far from knowing anything, this particular place isn't not of interest to me. So I had a bit of a poke around.
Why would that be?
I have a distaste for bloodsuckers in particular.
Where's the exit? No. Okay, why? What they do to you?
Not me. Folk I was working with up in the north. Wasn't pretty.
Unsurprisingly vague.
Also unsurprisingly traumatic. You'll forgive me if I don't want to rehash the gory details.
Okay. Go on, tell your story.
No story. I tracked their master, I guess, to this nest. Mikhail Ironfang. Supposedly one of the biggest and baddest in the West. Well, west from here.
Weast.
When I arrived, what I found was a broken creature and an empty nest. I don't know if you're aware of this, but it's become quite fascinated with you. As in, like, enthralled, fascinated.
Who has?
Mikhail Ironfang.
Why ever would he be fascinated with me?
Now
Again, I'm just a girl.
that is a very good question. Certainly not something I've seen before.
Well, that makes two of us. And if this guy is so fascinated, he has a real weird way of showing it, because I haven't seen this guy since maybe DM.
Are you saying it exactly like that?
I don't say DM.
Uh-huh.
I feel like yes, I'm just gonna commit to Emily's brain. So yeah.
Okay. Roll a deception check for me.
Why? I'm not lying.
You are.
I'm not. What are you doing?
Took so long to recover that die.
Wait, hold on, but I'm not lying.
Okay. You're claiming to... Okay.
I said since. I
That's-
haven't seen him since, unless you're correcting me as the DM.
No, that's fair.
I can roll a deception check to try and stay like cool, calm, and collected if you like.
No, I don't think that's necessary. I don't know if you're understanding what it is that I'm saying. I found
not.
a 200-year-old vampire who seems to be permanently charmed by allegedly a young human woman who destroyed his entire swarm.
Okay, weren't you just like a young man at some point? Did you not have like a turning point?
I've had a few. None of them were that.
Okay, well then I guess I'm just better than you.
Well, perhaps you could offer me an opportunity to better myself by gracing me then with a knowledge of your clearly superior skills.
I didn't say that. I didn't say my skills were superior. I just said I'm better.
Better at what?
Malia doesn't answer. She just stays silent.
So here's the thing.
Go on, spell it out instead of like talking around in circles, you know?
You either walked in there and killed a whole bunch of vampires and mentally broke another,
Or,
and for that reason, it's someone I very much want to have accessible for opportunities that might arise. Or, alternatively, you did those same things and you're someone that I should be very scared of.
okay.
I'm curious about which you think that is.
Well, I don't know if I fall into either category because who says I'm to subscribe to your fucking beliefs and what you think is correct?
So enlighten me, what's behind door number 3?
Huge hug.
Door number 3 is it's I'm not accessible to you either way. Why should I be? You fucking helped lock me in a cage. Why would I want to do anything for you?
I'm sorry. I thought we were having an adult conversation.
Oh no, this is an adult conversation, but we're talking about actions and consequences. So here's what you did. Here was your action, right? And forgive me if I have to spell it out to you because you're just not really understanding me. Is that you, Tremont Benedict, decided to help someone put me in a cage that I could not get out of. I politely requested my own release. And you instead decided to talk nice and big while I was behind bars. I'm so interested in the girl that killed a fucking vampire clan. Don't let her out of the cage, though. So the consequence of that is why should I help you or care about anything you have to say? That's door number 3.
It's not really
Convince me
It's not really
why I should care. Care? Wow.
No,
Australian.
that was great
Good.
accent.
10 out of 10.
Seemed more of a question than a consequence, but I take your point. I'll offer this. I had a job. I took it. You were part of the job. Surely that is something that you understand.
Okay. Bounty hunter code. Don't hunt another bounty hunter.
Not a thing.
Well, maybe you're
In
just not in
fact-
the right circles.
In fact, in some circumstances, it's very important to take certain people down once they get a little too messy in the head.
Okay, well, I'm not that. So, you probably should have been a little more perceptive or insightful.
That's what I would like to know for sure. That you're not that.
But I'm not what? Spell it out.
messy in the head.
No. And again, define that for me, because that could mean a number of things.
My father.
Oh, you got daddy issues. Cute. Join the club.
Don't we all? Venerated war hero. Terrible human being.
Good for him.
Not just to me. He committed what could be lightly called atrocities. You do a thing that you consider noble for long enough and well enough, things start to creep in that you can rationalize as being noble that are anything but. And even if that isn't where you're coming from with it, if you don't have a check on your own sense of morality and you have skills enough to, say, survive a vampire's nest, to walk out of a hell alive, and I'll get to roll an insight check on that at
At
disadvantage.
disadvantage. Thank you for the reminder. 10.
Nice. With a 10, you can probably associate that to what the two fanboys were kind of asking me about,
Mm-hmm.
just the prior experience stuff. Regardless of why you do it or how, do it for long enough and convince yourself you're doing the right thing. Eventually, you can find yourself doing the wrong thing for what you think are the right reasons.
I'm a good person. I'm a total bitch and an asshole. But I'm a good person. And there is absolutely no question about that. And I don't really take kindly to any form of questioning, so you can just squash that right now when it comes to my moral standpoint. I didn't get in this to like cause any pain or suffering deliberately. I got into this because I was just looking for a culprit that I still haven't found.
Ah, your parents.
Not just them.
Who else?
You got any siblings?
No.
Well, then you couldn't understand.
If you insist.
Yeah, try being attached at the hip with someone from the embryo, then watching them die. It's a great time.
I feel like the deaths of those close to us are important regardless of the nature of that companionship. And he stops himself, shakes his head a little, stands and kind of walks back from the table a little, looks at you and is like, again, sort of shakes himself off a bit, and heads over to the breakfast buffet. Tinywing, you step into this fractured tunnel in reality that is created by just the sheer weight of the power of this set of volumes in this part of the library. Before you can take even any momentum forward, though, you feel something coming at you from the other side of this tunnel. And for a moment beyond it, you kind of look past it and you see into the library that you first became familiar with, you see very clearly that you could reach that point from here until, from an entirely different direction in what appears to be this vast web of strands of information and power, a scrambling, invisible force that you can't see, but you can see around it. You can see the potential that surrounds whatever this thing is, but you can't see it itself. And it rushes into you, and it and you explode back into the library in this stronghold. And that portal is immediately closed in response. The two of you are knocked into a shelf of books. Finicus immediately fussing about what is going on here, and he kind of rises, sees this thing, and you immediately turns and runs.
You can help. I don't know what this is.
He pays you no mind whatsoever. He is gone out of this library.
This thing is like on me, or
No, so it has kind of shifted, and again, it's real difficult to kind of pin down exactly where it is, but if you focus just enough, you can kind of see just these little threads of magical potential kind of around the outside of it that give you an indication of where it is at any given point in time. And no, it appears to have sort of fallen on the floor. Like 10 feet or so away from you.
are you friend or should I run? This usually works for me. I don't know.
Kind of rises. It doesn't make a sound exactly, but there's this feeling of, it's like if someone were to take the weave and use it as a lyre. It's not discordant, but it's clearly not a very competent kind of playing of what that would sound like if someone was to run their fingers over the weave itself as strings. And this little trilling kind of comes out at you in response. I'll get you to roll a insight check, please.
If Loki lets me. I know he's
Sure.
not showing up on camera real well right now. That is not real good. Did you say Arcana?
Insight,
Not
please.
insight. That's a 7.
Okay. It's not super clear what it is trying to respond to you. It doesn't appear to be making any kind of aggressive move towards you though in response to that.
But it's making pretty sounds.
Yeah, like a little magical trilling sound that you can kind of not hear with your ears, but feel.
Oh, well, can't do anything like that, but I don't know if Finicus will be upset. But I'm going to do it anyway. And she's going to take a small section of the floor and use mold earth because that one comes out, as we know, looking like rainbow glitter.
Mm-hmm.
And even though it doesn't sound pretty, it certainly looks pretty.
Excellent.
And she's going to do that in response.
This thing kind of swoops in to this glittery molded earth, and kind of looks up around it, shifts around kind of from side to side, just exploring what it is that you've done with this spell.
I don't know what you want. I don't know what else to do. She's gonna fly a little bit closer to it. Just sort of put a finger out. Just be like, "Can I touch you? Are you friends? Can we shake hands?"
And this little kind of tendril of magical energy will reach out to yours and touch yours, and you feel just this. Roll an Arcana check for me.
No. 11.
Don't get much more than a sense of incredible magical power.
But not as like a threat.
No, there's still no sense of hostility or anything that feels like a threat. No. At this point, though, Zephyr will wander in to the library with the pot plant kind of on his back. He's kind of holding it with one little claw, making his way along the ground. He kind of wanders along, notices, slips over some of the fallen books from the shelf that the two of you have kind of knocked over on the way back, and also kind of looks at the fading away effect of the mold earth that you've done, and then kind of turns to this creature, and you sense as that same kind of tendril of magical energy reaches out to Zephyr, and for a moment, Zephyr's kind of finger and this tendril look as though they're about to touch, but then the tendril starts to wrap, and instead it touches the pot plant that is Kaori. And I will have all of you roll a Constitution
fuck?
saving throw, please, as a wave of magical energy initially bursts out from this point in a
Why are we getting
200-foot radius and then folds back in on itself. Each of you can do a con save for me, please.
18.
At disadvantage, it's a dirty 20.
Nice. Was that a 3?
No, it was a 2 and a 1 separate to each other, 21.
Okay, great.
Oh,
Excellent.
God.
Look, that's all very good. But I guess we'll find out what that means in the next session
There's a bee.
of the Sword of the Skulls when we return next time. Hey, thank
suck.
you all for playing D&D with me. You're all really cool.
No.
And your characters are awesome. And
why are your headphones
I like
so far
it.
forward on your head?
I was
We level up,
scratching behind my
right?
ear. No.
Independently of the other players who aren't here.
But we
Yeah,
did
we're
so cool.
level 9 now, right?
We made debatably more narrative progress than we have in the entire game up until this point.
I won a staring contest, and I feel like that's enough for all of us to
You
level up.
did win a staring
And
contest.
fucking Tiny Wing went through a secret book tunnel.
You're
Correct.
right. Correct. She's got like a cool tattoo now and everything.
Vermilion
Yeah,
broke into the
that
armory.
feels like level 9 material.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct, and hid behind a chest.
Yeah.
1 week without Sal there to be like, no, don't do stuff and tattoo.
Watch him hide behind Malia's chest as a bee.
Good.
Excellent. Hey, let's do the thing. We're going to talk about your favorite little moments in the session. Starting, we're going to go reverse order, please. Saz. Anything you
My
enjoyed?
favourite moment?
From the Yes.
The Ant Million on recon duty, whatever you call it, recon duty. That was very cool. To the armory.
Very good.
The reconnaissant.
Yeah.
Reconnaissance.
Ah,
Also says, who are you? Where can we find you? And doing what, please?
You can find me in way too many places because I do way too many things. But most importantly, I am the resident Dice Goblin and Twitch producer over at Meeples and Dragons, where we have a little D&D campaign, which is on tomorrow night, which you will also see Promethean and Emily in. And on Thursdays, usually I play video games with my friend James. We're currently checking out Celasta, which is very D&D.
I saw that you started Celeste the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Lots of info dump at the start, but now that we're sort of into it, it's pretty good.
Cool.
And we run the Redlands Tabletop Gaming Club here in Brisbane. So board games, D&D, come play games with us. We'd really like that.
yeah.
NBCTM. Well, favorite moment from you for this evening?
Um,
I fucking love that screenshot.
it's a good screenshot. Um, I liked the bit where, I guess where I got to be Vermilion for a bit again instead of just being a generic
This is
animal.
your choice.
Yeah,
It is very much your choice. I think that
It
is
is, but
well
now,
worth
like-
pointing out.
yeah, but I'd like to point out that narratively, I have no interest in encountering my mother by accident, and so I've kept myself as Vermilion only in up and like everyone was in a cell, so it wasn't really the appropriate time to remain undetected. So really, that's your fault, and also just being completely and totally victimized consistently by Pro not letting me do anything cool like steal guns from the armory.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
That's truly
I
awful
witnessed
of
that
me.
happen.
Yep, you're right. That's real mean of me. And I will have
And when I get the disintegrate spell, it's fucking over for you and your wall of force.
I'll have a real tough talking to myself about that.
No, Emily will.
Hey, who are you in general? And what cool shit are you doing in life?
I'm NBCDM. I'm here sometimes, and sometimes I'm not, and sometimes I'm elsewhere. You can find me on social media that I may or may not use at that NBCDM or in the Earth's mantle, generating random seismic events.
Whoa, very good. Emily, did you have any cute little favorite moments from the evening?
I really enjoyed the entire process of Tiny Wing getting the tattoo and discovering more about the tunnel. That was really fucking cool. I don't love the cliffhanger, but that's fun. We love that for you. Good job. Um,
Sorry about it,
I-
I guess.
yeah, look, monthly D&D campaigns. We.
Yeah,
Um,
right.
yeah, that's it.
Marvelous. Hey, who are you and what cool shit are you doing?
You should do that for me.
Nope.
Yeah, do it.
No.
I'm Promethean. There's a 0 in it. I'm a prolifically casual streamer of games on the internet. Most of those games involve dice. And this is my first baby campaign.
Excellent. Hi. I'm one. My favorite moment of
You're
the
one?
evening.
That's crazy.
I actually also really fucking loved the ant recon of the armory. It was real cool.
It was the fuck I realized that you can get in there now.
Yeah.
For me.
Well, no, I wanted to reward it truly so much, and I was like, "What?"
That would have been so easy. Just give me one gun.
I did.
Like
Hey, there's a gun in there.
Yeah, but like give it to me.
Look, Benedict has guns. The people who reside in this place do not, in general, except for that one rifle specifically.
Yeah, okay. Benadryl cucumber patch can eat it.
Well, I guess you know where you can get your guns from. I properly enjoyed that. I also liked introducing what will effectively become a method of fast travel into the campaign. Which, if you survive what happens after where we left off,
What the fuck?
I guess that'll be fun to play. I also really enjoyed turning Kaori into a pot plant for the entire session. That made me happy. That was
You
real
also
cool.
threw Lilith in jail, which wild.
She harassed a dude. What else is going to happen? So, also not a jail.
Also, he shit his own pants.
No, he was quite clearly harassed and bullied by a single spellcaster right in front of his face and the face of the 5 other guards in the room and matrician of the Carillion, which is just fucking embarrassing for her, really.
Yeah, well, that emotional pain will never truly fully heal.
Oh, no, I mean for Lilith, not for your mother.
Oh no, I meant for
He doesn't
I meant,
give a
no, I meant-
shit.
I meant for Jimothy specifically.
Well, that's Jimothy. I guess we'll see what BBAG he turns into.
It's the
I
end of the
Shit-
campaign.
shit
It's just shit
pants,
pants Jim.
I am
Good.
Emily. I am the DM, producer, and executive Thirstmaster at
Yeah, you've
Hexes
both
and
missed Chief, but that's
Vexes.
fine.
That's right. I did miss Chief earlier. I realized after the fact.
At Hexes and Vexes, which is one half of the production team behind Fuckbard Island, which is a really cool project that I, Emily, initiated and have kindly asked some other fucking idiot to assist me with, so that I don't go insane in the process.
Hey, don't talk about me like that.
But hey, you know what? Let's go raid out to someone right now. We're gonna raid out to Rob Harley this evening, who's currently streaming still, I believe.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And we're gonna do that, and then we will play some more D&D next time and figure out exactly what's happened with the wild magic versus whatever the fuck thing it is that Tiny Wing has
It's
discovered.
my new friend. You leave it alone.
It's
Because
hey, you wanted to find a new friend.
you had a bad
You-
day
you-
and I'm coming out of my cage.
You walked into this crazy knowledge portal wanting to find a new friend, and here we are.
New friend.
Yeah.
Secret tunnel.
Excellent. All right, good night. Be good.
Or don't.
Or don't. We're not the
don't.
boss of you.
Have
You can do
fun.
what you want.
Mm.
Okay, raid is away. We're done.
I'm so